What is going on, everybody? We are back. It is a Thursday night. Welcome back to another Toss One Back Thursday here with my homeboy Todd. Todd, are you frozen? No, you're not. We're moving now.
You was for just a second on my end.
Oh, was I? You were for mine. I didn't know if you were voguing or if you were like frozen there, so I had to check to see.
If I was what?
If you were voguing, if they brought Vogue back out.
Vogue.
Yeah, you know the Madonna movies. Not like you don't.
Matt froze. Sounds like you froze. I was like, oh shit, here we go again every single time.
Nothing wrong with being a grown ass man and know Madonna songs. There you go. Shout out to the chat. And we got Wayne in the house. What is going on, Wayne? Cheers, my friend. Happy Thursday to you. And I'm going to send you an email back. I haven't got a chance to reply to the email you sent, though, but definitely love showing you the support there. And I'll give you a few of those tips when I shoot back to you as well. And it says, cheers, guys. And then Natalie Portman's midriff showed up. Said, I will have a beer with you. Well, welcome, Natalie Portman's midriff.
All right.
Yeah. And a nice midriff it is, my friend. So, yeah, Thursday, ready for the weekend. We're ready to... I can't even complain really as much about the work week because I didn't work Monday or Tuesday. But it's still, today was like one of those long days for me. And it was one of those days like you didn't get enough sleep the night before. Like you just kept waking up and you couldn't, every couple hours. And it was just like, what's going on? I mean, there's very few things you should wake up in the middle of the night for, right? Sex, bacon, maybe the smell of coffee, if it's, depending on what time. But it's
and
just,
you got to use the bathroom.
And if you got to use the bathroom. You definitely don't want to do that in a dream, but
outside the rest of that, that's bullshit.
Yeah. Maybe a whiff of chicken wings through the house or something. But yeah, so it was just like I kept getting up and I was like, then go back to sleep, get up. And it was like those weird times, like 1:30, 3:20, like 5 something. I mean, it was just one of those toss and turn type nights. So this day felt like extra long. It's like, why am I still here at work? I should be done by now.
Yeah, those nights suck because it feels like you get zero sleep, and you probably got more sleep than you think. It just didn't feel like you got anything.
Yeah. So it was just like, man. But then, work through the work day and stuff. And now we're here in the evening, which is great because now it's time to crack open some beers and have a little bit of fun with everybody, which is always cool. We got Steve's Brewing Chat on the house. Cheers. Good evening, guys. Hope you're okay. Yes, and hope you are as well, Steve. And then we got Gilbert in the house. Cheers, fools. And I got a video dedicated to you there, Gilbert, coming up here in a second. We got Erie in the house. What is going on, Erie? Good to see you. Blake has Cold War now, so we got another person to play Cold War.
Oh,
we're going to see how Blake gets over Claymores. Good dump. Yeah, you don't want to do that in your sleep either, for sure.
No.
What's up, Chester? Cheers. Watching from Tennessee. Great to have you aboard. I think it's your first time jumping in with us. So definitely welcome here to the channel and the show.
Welcome.
Oh, Steve says, how's everyone? It's 1:48 in UK. Had to stay up for a bit to see right. Well, I appreciate that, my friend. That's awesome that you stayed up a little bit, and glad to have you aboard. Love getting the UK guys in as well. And actually, the beer I'm going to drink here, Steve, in a second, is actually going to be one from, not out of UK, but actually out of Germany, I believe. Yeah, the German way of craft. And it's one I picked up at Jungle Gyms. Don't know much about it, but it's the Pragusta India Pale Ale. So
nice.
Crack that open here in a second. See what that's all about. It was one of the Jungle Gym meals they had there. Do we play the game? Do you want to play the game? It was a 6-pack of 11.2 ounces of India Pale Ale from Germany.
11.2. What was the ABV on them?
ABV on this one here is 6.8%.
And it's a foreign beer?
Foreign beer.
$3.99.
Ooh, little high. Just a little high.
I was going to say $2.99, but I was like, yeah, maybe $3.99.
Actually, $2.99 is a lie, too. It's $1.99.
Oh, see, I was wrong all the way around. Most things made in 1850 or something.
$1.99. Yeah, $1.99. So good one there for sure. We'll see how
I think they just like for you to just take their stuff off their hands.
I just walk in and they're just there. It's just like, oh, what is this? I'll give it a shot.
Here come Rod J. Put out that special sign we made up because we just in case.
I just saw one of our other breweries. They've got some things over at Depths where they're doing $6.99 12-pack and $12.99 cases of one of their stouts. So I may have to run over there tomorrow and see if they have any of that left. I like to go later because then if it's still there, it's like, okay, it was meant for me. But if I get there and it's all gone, I wasn't meant to have it. So I don't want to go right out there. And let's see. Erie said, about time. Where you been? About time. You was even the first one here, Erie. Or about time for Blake to get PS4. Waking up.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, if the light is on, I'm a bad sleeper. I have to have like pretty much dark. My wife says like a mausoleum. So like dark blackout type curtains and stuff like that in the bedroom. I like it pretty much pitch black.
Do you have to?
I stay at the hotel in the little red or a green detector. That bothers me with a red alarm clock. I had to take the alarm clock off the table and put it on the ground where I can't see it because it will bother
me. Do you have to sleep with like white noise in the background?
No, I never did it with white noise, but I feel like white noise would even bother me some. Like, I don't know. Maybe because it's more like a hiss type thing. I try to sleep, actually. I have one of those fountains on the nightstand where it's like the rocks and the trickle of water, kind of the relaxing, peaceful relaxation type thing. You can't do that while you're trying to sleep because then you just want to pee all night. So I had to stop that.
True. I used to not be able to. Like, I had to always have it silent. Or maybe the TV possibly on very low sound. When Shannon and I got together, she always had to sleep with like a desktop fan or something, just something to make noise. And now I've gotten used to it, and it's like if it's really quiet, it's like this is too quiet, and now I can't sleep because it's too quiet. I got to have a little something, just a little white noise.
Like the wife, Janice, she'll sleep with like the sometimes her phone or something. She'll listen to music and go like, I can't do that. Like I'll just stay awake the whole time. I don't know. It's funny because I grew up kind of hearing noises, even though it wasn't like a big city. It was still kind of the city type thing where you hear cars and all that kind of stuff. But I get out to we'll go to Valley Forge not Valley Forge, Red Gorge in a few weeks, and it'll be quiet on some nights, I know, and I'll be just like, take me a while to fall asleep because it's just so like I hear crickets and for something like that out there. It's kind of like, what's going on?
Shut up.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a little kid, the way my dad used to wake me up when I'm talking like probably 8-9 years old or something. He would just open the door, flip the light switch on, and shut the door. He just would never say a word. He just turned the light on and just leave. Next thing you know, we're all over like, oh, you know how when the light first hits you because it's been totally dark, you can't see anything anyway. You're just like, what are you doing?
He wasn't making sure you were sneaking out anywhere, making sure you're in the bed there.
I'm like, anyway, but just turn the light on and leave.
Yeah, Steve said, I get what you mean, but most times it's because I'm a bit drunk. Well, that can affect it. Actually, if I'm a bit drunk, noise doesn't bother me because I'll go right to sleep if I was on. Yeah. Drinking on La Manus Saison and battled in Bon Au Tub bourbon. Nice. Big Daddy in the house. What is going on? Cheers. I like your Beers of Destiny theory. Yeah. Yeah. If it's there, then it was meant for me to actually beer, And then I walk in and it's there and it's like, oh, son of a bitch. Why didn't y'all buy this stuff? No, I got to do it.
Yeah. Somebody has to. Might as well be you.
Yeah. I got to be that guy. Waiting on the kids to crash and me in the vodka house. Wait, what is this? You get in the vodka? You hanging out with Blake more and more now, Erie? Like, you just roll in the vodka now.
Next thing you know, she's going to have a big old teddy bears sitting there next
to her.
Probably.
Big old teddy bear. Teddy bear is probably at Erie's house now. You can only sleep with my TVs on. Yeah, she's one that wants a little bit of sound there as well. So I can't do the TV on because then you have the light coming off the TV as well. So that's like a double hit for me there. Would have a drink, but once I start, I'll be up to about 5 a.m., which isn't good. Yeah, Steve, with you being in the UK, I can definitely understand that. Erie says, I can't sleep with music because I'll start singing and it makes me think of another song 3 hours later. So, yeah, you start getting into it. Although she sleeps with like the I don't know, peaceful instrumental type. Sometimes she just puts podcasts on and goes to sleep to podcasts that are like kind of boring type things. So
Yeah. I used to sleep with the radio on when I was a kid.
yeah.
Or
I remember
I say a kid, but I don't know. I don't remember how old I was. Well, I can tell you how old I was. What year did Walk This Way come out with Aerosmith and Run DMC?
That was like what, 84 or so around
Something
there?
like that, probably. Yeah, so I wasn't too old. But I remember cause I had a the old cassette tape boombox, when you was a kid before you even had CDs and shit.
The continuous play.
Used to listen to that going to sleep, and every single night, I don't know why, on the top 100, the regular radio stations, they got to play same songs so many times in the loop or whatever, and every single night, the same time. It was like 2:00 in the morning. Walk This Way would come on, and you get kind of the screaming, of Steven Tyler in the song, and it'd wake me up for some reason. It would wake me up.
Yeah, Wayne said he thinks it was 1985-ish. Yeah, I was thinking 84.
That sounds about right.
But I think it was like 84, somewhere there. Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking it was
really that was. You got to look back and you got to think. Rockbox, I think, was 83, and that was the first rap video on MTV when MTV played music. And then Walk This Way might have been 85. It might have been a couple years after the rock. Yeah. So
let's see. Walk This Way.
Yeah, for the collab, Wayne. Right. It might have been 85. Because that would have been, you know what? Wayne might be right, because I think I would have been a sophomore in high school at that time. And I think that's when it was
1986.
Oh, even another year. So I would have been a junior in high school.
Let's see.
So, yeah.
Make sure I was right. Well, that was the only one they had of that one, right? Was those two together? They didn't do singles.
Yeah, that's the only one they did together was that song. Yeah.
So I think it was 1986. So, that sounds about right.
Yeah. I'm just gonna crack this beer open. What beer do you got over there?
So I took my daughter to Aldi the other day. Enough time. I got to pick something up there just to try it out. And I hadn't seen this one before, but I don't go there I don't go there all that often. So I thought I'd pick it up and give it a try. It's called McGuire's Draft Stout. Have you seen this one?
I have, but I haven't picked it up.
And it's only, which I didn't pay attention when I got it, but it's only 4.2%.
Well, I believe that one is one of the, I don't know if it was a Guinness knockoff really or a Murphy's knockoff, but I think it's one of the knockoffs for them.
Yeah, I'd say it is. It says it's produced and bottled in Milwaukee. I don't think it's Milwaukee, but it could be Milwaukee. Hell, I can't always see it.
Well, they may do that. They may send a recipe over to them, and then they do it there. It helps them to cut down on the transportation costs. It was like, was it a 4-pack or a 6-pack?
That's Milwaukee or something. It looks like
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, but it's with a W.
Is it Milwaukee? I think.
Milwaukee, yeah, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Milwaukee, I guess is how you'd say it. Wisconsin. I said I didn't think it looked like Milwaukee, but then I couldn't. It's just a small print. Old eyes are catching up with me, I guess, starting to.
One of those drunk cities in Wisconsin, essentially.
They'll see what it is. They don't ever really have anything that'll just knock you off your feet, but they're usually decent.
Since it was an India Pale Ale, I tried to put it in India Pale Ale glass, and it came out pretty heady there. So,
which one was that one again?
This is the Progusta. The Progusta.
Oh, that was your $1.99 special in there.
Yeah. So I'll put it there. I actually stole this idea kind of from Raggy over on Raggy's channel. He set something up. I need to get something like a soda beers while I'm on cam. And so I had things here. I stacked it up. Bam, there you go. You can see the beer.
You could even do it a little bit higher because it's far enough to your side.
Yeah, I could. There was another thing out there.
If you wanted to.
There's basically old CDs and stuff that is on top of that I put on top of each other. So
I think Joe does that too.
ton of movie CDs that who watches CDs still? Oh, not CD, really DVDs, what I should say, because they're all movies.
Yeah.
And haven't watched them for like any of them. A lot. I got like I don't even know how many I got. I got these here. They got some back there. I've probably got 500 or something different movies here that I haven't even watched. It just kind of sit around now. Like, what can I use these for? Oh, here's an idea. It'll fit right into the space. So it worked out well.
Like I knew I was keeping these around for some reason.
Mm-hmm. Not just a paperweight anymore. I mean, this one is definitely more syrupy. More malty. It's definitely sweet. More of a, they say a German IPA, but you definitely get more of the malty presence, which doesn't surprise me if it's a German brewery.
Stick my nose right in the head there.
Prodata, the International Brau Manufacturing, Germania, Frankfurt. Ingredients: water, barley, malt, hops. That's what I'm going to tell you. Oh, that's interesting. They put it in English, and then on the can, maybe it's German, but it's Aquas. I didn't spell that way, but I guess it is. They do English and German version. They give you the canned on and the Best By date on here too, which is good.
Oh, there you go. I don't know if this one. I don't see anything on it. Yeah. Oh no, yeah, there it is. Best by September 9th of 21.
Plenty of time. But don't
Of course,
eat
they put, you have these brown bottles, and then they don't put the some of them will put it like gold writing, but this one's like brown on brown.
Sometimes the logic isn't there on how they package these things.
I know. I'm like,
yeah.
Why don't you at least use a color that shows up on a brown bottle?
Yeah, and
like
it's like
white or something,
It's like some of the things I see on some of the cans where it's a font, and I'll mention a couple cans in the videos and stuff. It's like your font just blends away. Like you're trying to read the thing, you can't even read it because it's use the same print. And thank you there, Erie.
If I didn't hold it up to the light, I wouldn't have been able to see it. Luckily, now I can see it good, but it took holding it up to see it.
Steve said, I'm looking forward to the new Mortal Kombat film coming to April. Have you guys seen it? Yes, actually, I'm looking forward to that as well, Steve. I watched the trailer to it. I think it's going to be, I feel like it's the Mortal Kombat that we've always kind of wanted, that we're Mortal Kombat fans. And it's definitely more of an adult version coming in as the first like R-rated movie of it. So it looks pretty cool though.
What about the new Godzilla versus King Kong, which I think we talked about that, but I don't remember what we said. Have you seen the previews for that? It's on HBO Max or whatever.
I looked at that one and watched the trailer, did a trailer reaction to that one as well. And that one was actually pretty decent looking too.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad.
Godzilla versus King Kong, like, who are you supposed to root for? Because at one point, you're rooting for Godzilla. When Godzilla fought the monsters, you're rooting for Godzilla. And now you're supposed to rooting for King Kong. Because King Kong, it's like, now they're going head to head. So who you got? Who you got? You got the ape or you got the lizard? Who you going with? So both of them have saved Earth at some point. It looks pretty good though. And, I wonder if they're going to have.
Looks like it's going to have some good action to it.
Yeah, I wonder if Samuel L. Jackson will make it into this one again as well, because he was on the one for Skull Island. Let me see. Gilbert said the best hip hop and rock collab, Public Enemy Anthrax, Bring the Noise. That was a classic back in the day as well. Yeah, Diffo is what USMK fans looking for. Mortal Kombat fans looking forward to. 1995 was cool though. To be fair, it was okay. I thought the one that came out back in the day was kind of like, it was a Hollywood rendition, right? It wasn't as violent as you would want if you're thinking of the game, but at the same point, it was a little bit more to push for what the Hollywood people want to have out there. It's kind of what they were going for, maybe as a blockbuster type feel or whatever, but this one I think is going to be a lot more to the fans' appeal, at least from what I've seen thus far.
Yeah.
When he says he's waiting for Top Gun 2, yeah, that was supposed to come out like January, I think, and that got pushed back, and that'll be kind of interesting. Although, again, I've never fully watched the original Top Gun. I've just seen parts in and out, but I've seen enough of the pieces that the whole movie is kind of get together in my head now. So,
Did you get around to watching Coming to America? That second one? I don't know. Do you say Coming to America too? But in the title, it's Coming to America.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I ended up watching it this past weekend, so maybe I will this weekend. I've heard mixed reviews on it. I have some friends that didn't, but I think that did like it were kind of going for like it was going to be this next level type thing from what he did. It's hard to beat the premiere with the sequel, so it was kind of more. I
want to sit down and watch the original first.
Yeah, you see the original,
right? I haven't seen that one in so long.
Oh, it's been on like crazy this last few weeks on TV.
Well, probably because of the second one, I'm sure.
The next one, yeah.
But I haven't seen it. I don't know. I just haven't watched it. Actually, I haven't seen it on TV, but
yeah,
it's been a long time. I'd like to just watch it just to get a refresher, and then kind of as a comparison. I guess I don't know. Really shouldn't compare it, but.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to try to check that out. I just haven't done it yet. But this month, I think it's the 24th. So it's not next week. It'll be the Wednesday after next, I believe, is when King Kong and Godzilla comes out. I think it's the 24th. So then that'll be on HBO Max, and then Mortal Kombat's on HBO Max as well, which is nice. So
yeah, it is nice. Shannon's good friend has HBO Max, and she lets us use her passcode and stuff so we can watch stuff on it.
Yeah, so it's funny. We watched HBO Max. The last movie we watched, it was Judas and the Black Messiah. It was Judas and the Black Messiah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
how was that?
It was really good.
He won a Golden Globe or something for like supporting actor or something, I think.
Yeah, he won for playing Fred Hampton, and I don't think Stansfield got nominated for.
No, I don't think so.
But he was really good in it too. I mean, he was so good in it that people were like, he's too good in it. Like he started questioning if he was an informant for the government and stuff in real life. I mean, he really nailed the role. But I don't know. I'm like. Shanice had it on hers. I'm like, what do you have HBO Max for? And she's like, well, I bought the app. I'm like, why would you buy the app? We have HBO. We get it free. You just put it on your phone and that's who your cable is through. And then it hooks it into Spectrum. So I had her counsel, but she didn't know that we already had it.
Oh, you get Max free if you have HBO?
Yeah, HBO, you get the Max free and you just put your subscriber, your cable company in. So, but it's nice because they're getting first run movies now. And then we have Prime as well. So we get movies that come on there too.
Yeah.
I really don't even know why I have cable, but she still wants to keep it.
I mean, everything, which I guess you can buy whichever channels you want, but everything's going to every channel seems to have its own streaming thing now.
Yeah, and they all give you like some channels you don't want as part of it.
Yeah, like Discovery, I think you get like six or seven channels or something with it.
Yeah, like, but you got to take this with it.
But you do have cable anyway. You get some of those anyhow too. But which I guess if you're buying, like in that instance, if you're wanting Discovery Channel, you buy the app. So they're throwing in 6 others, which that's not bad as long as you're not completely paying for all the other nonsense that you don't want.
Right. And I might have Top Gun on one of these DVDs right here, Wayne, as well. But yeah, I mean, there's not very much I haven't seen in. I just never sat the whole 2 hours straight. I've seen different parts at different times. It's on a lot, so it's kind of like you sit down and you watch a part here, you sit down and you watch a part there. So kind of pick it all up.
Yeah, Top Gun is good.
You know, the first game I got for Sega 16-bit was Mortal Kombat. I was like in grade 8 or 9. What was the first one I got for Sega? I don't think it was Madden. Madden wasn't out originally. I think it might have been. It was either. I know the first football game was Montana Talking Football, and
oh god,
that was the Sonic that came with the 16.
I think.
I mean, Montana Talking Football might have been the first one I purchased, or Quarterback Club. It was one of them. I had to be big into the sports games back then.
I think the first one I got football was Bill Walsh's football.
Oh, yeah, I hear Bill Walsh.
Which was a college game.
Yeah.
And I remember that one was like, seemed like it was really awesome. But if it's not one of those games, if you go back and play now, you're like, oh my God, how the hell did I ever play that? Or maybe it was maybe John Elway's football too, which was, I know, a big arcade game.
Yeah. I go back and play the television football games because I remember what the graphics were like back then. That was just funny playing on that old system. But
yeah,
that was better than the three guys on the Atari. Steve,
I was thinking Atari, yeah. I remember Atari baseball, like your whole outfield all moved together.
Yeah.
You only had control of like four guys and they all moved to the same spot.
Hey, over there. Why are you running with me? Oh, nice, Steve.
And then when they were running, it only looked like one leg moved. And they just
ran. Thanks for joining as always. I know it's late for you over there, so thanks for jumping on. Always appreciate you, Steve. Cheers, my friend.
Yep, have a good night, Steve.
And then Wayne said good night to Steve. We got Paul in the house. Cheers, all. Cheers, Paul. Good to see you, brother.
Up, Paul?
Hopefully you're doing well, my friend. And night, Wayne. Take care, bud. And Blake's in the house now. Cheers, Blake. Blake with the PS4 now dropping in. Can't wait to play some Cold War with Blake, see what he's got. He's talked a lot of shit over the years about Call of Duty, so.
He might be the super badass you never even knew existed.
Yeah, we'll see. Or you may not.
Or he might be like me, which in that case, pack up the shit and send it back. Don't waste your time.
We will find out for sure.
Get a refund on that game if you're like me.
So let's see here. So earlier I was actually surfing and I said I had a video. I was going to dedicate it to Gilbert because this is Gilbert's people. These are Gilbert's people, Packers fans, and found it pretty funny. Let's go ahead and check it out and y'all let me know what y'all think.
I forgot to hold the top.
Shout out to Whistler Kyle who put this together, by the way.
It's her birthday! Now, when you hold it, make sure you put your hand over the top, otherwise the top will pop off and it'll go all over you. So make sure you hold it.
We don't want that.
All right, here we go. That's not push.
You should at least smell that. How you doing?
Oh! I was trying to do it gentle. Oh my God. I'm sorry for pushing the beer stick all over your face.
This is how it is at a Packers game, apparently. Whose grandpa is this?
What is he doing?
He's trying to drink it.
No, I know, but he's
Drunk.
I like the music.
Today, Junior.
Oh, there he goes.
There he is. Took a little bit of time.
I didn't even finish it all.
He's got a Spartan hat on, so.
Back up.
Team effort.
Ready? Go.
Push. Push. This is looking awkward now. It's a little hard to push at first, but then you can slow it down.
Okay.
All right, ready? Here we go.
Wait, I'm not ready.
Go. No, it's not a joke.
We told not to let anyone else do it.
No, we told you not to do that.
That's the joke. We said do it
Here, watch.
yourself.
All right, whenever you're ready, homie.
He's gonna do it. Oh, there he goes.
What is this?
Yeah.
Pretty slick, right?
Nice. Good job. Oh no.
Whoa.
Put your hand on the top. Put your hand on the top. On the top.
Wisconsin! Yes!
Push. Push. I'm sorry, but there's just some people that you just shouldn't let do certain things, and these ladies are a perfect example of that.
I don't want to hurry.
You don't have to lift it.
You don't even have to lift it, you just push
down
it.
and push.
Yeah.
No, put your mouth.
Actor Nation is not looking good on this.
Put your mouth on it, put your mouth on it! She didn't want to do it, but she wanted to see it, so Corey's gonna do it.
All right, Corey.
The beer stick.
The beer stick. Oh
Two,
I forgot.
You did it wrong!
New friend.
It's in my eye.
I forgot to hold the top.
That never happens.
that's what she said. That is what she said.
Number one, hold the top.
Bruh.
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 Sorry.
Is Gilbert any one of these guys?
I don't think he is, but
Nah, no,
Gilbert should be. Gilbert should be one of them. Where Gilbert needs to go down there and tell him how to drink beer, show him how to do it.
Yeah, show him how to do it.
So that was for you, Gilbert, because that's your peeps, your Green Bay Nation, who apparently struggles doing beer. So at least they got Aaron Rodgers, right?
That's right.
Oh, Gilbert, the money shot, yeah. He said Billy Madison was filmed in his high school, son. Yeah, there's a shot up there in Canada, I'm sure.
That's cool.
Alcohol abuse, Wayne said. Yeah, a lot of beer.
No kidding. That's a waste.
Gilbert said cheers. Yeah, so I saw that earlier today. I said, I'm going to share that tonight.
At least they were doing it with their beer they brought, not the $17 beers inside the stadium.
Yeah. I think they were probably using something like Miller Lite or something too, so they weren't probably spending
Oh,
too
sure.
much.
Yeah. Probably wasn't that good.
But yeah, so let's see here. Other stuff taking place. So thanks to last week, Kinsey Bernard was on from Galleon Fox Brewing. So Todd got me introduced to her. Todd, are you sleeping? Or are you stuck again? Oh, your eyes were just closed for a little bit there.
No, I don't know. It probably froze because I got the black circles like they were
I
spinning.
think you were meditating, but
I don't know.
Kinsey was awesome, talking about Galleon Fox Brewing and some different things they're doing that area. But next week, I'm actually going to have on next Tuesday, just so people are aware, 8 o'clock will be my guest, Dave Zalatoris, who is from Beer in Front out of Chicago. He does a podcast and a blog. So that'll be some good stuff talking about some of the Chicago beer scene and things like that for those that want to tune in. Make sure you guys get that put down there. As far as some of the beer news for this week, so I won't go into the back unturned because I covered enough of that and everything, but Platform Beer. So they reopened yesterday. Kind of curious to see what happens there. They are kind of another brewery that's had a little bit of a misstep, so to speak. I don't know. We didn't do the show last week, so we didn't get a chance to talk about it. But they shut down. We didn't do the show last week, right?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, we did. Did we talk about Platform last week?
No, I think last week. I think Shannon was on last week.
Okay. Yeah, we didn't do any of the stories.
We probably
That's
didn't
what
talk
it was.
any beer last week.
Yeah, it was Shannon's show last week. That's right.
Yeah,
So,
we didn't talk any beer.
so if you didn't know, they basically had their Columbus employees walk out last week because of the way they were being treated and some of the things they weren't doing at Platform and some of the things that were taking place. And they decided to close down all of their Platform tap houses in the brewery from Cleveland, Cincinnati, Columbus. I think they had a couple other spots so they can give their time for employees to get rested up or whatever they want to call it. But they basically deflected away from what actually kind of happened. But it was kind of interesting. I had somebody actually send me a video that I think was one of their Platform employees on what it was like there. Let me if I pull that up here. And it was from one of their beer sellers. I think it was the one in Columbus. And it was like totally like a freaking ghost town. Pull it up here. So This is a video that was sent over. It's funny because his name is Bad Form Company, but it's kind of like the platform side. So it might have been one of the employees. But this is he's going down showing what it was like there now. And all this beer is just sitting around, not being moved because there's no employees.
That's a lot of beer.
It's a lot of beer. And it's just sitting there. But they found like some spots had mold and some stuff, and they weren't allowed them to clean with the COVID stuff taking place. And like I said, it led to the 6 employees resigning in Columbus. Other employees started kind of hearing about it, and they're basically revamping stuff, but they still haven't come clean on the issues they didn't cover. And of course, now they're under AB and Bev, that they got that nice check that they never.
So what were the issues they were having?
There were some issues where one, I guess it was like they weren't allowed enough time to clean in between people coming and stuff in because people were worried about that stuff. There were things with hours that were taking place where people were being overworked on things. There was like mold that was found in parts of the brewery, and they wouldn't let them get it cleaned and stuff like that. And it was just they didn't want to be part of putting out stuff. You know, you think about bar rescue, like that's one of the things that sets John Taffer off all the time is the mold when he finds it in places. So there was a lot of neglect that was taking place. So they shut down all the operations because all the employees are basically starting. They weren't a union, but it was kind of that unionized type feel. Like, hey, what are you guys going through? What are we going? You know, like, and so they're trying to reevaluate. But they reopened yesterday because I saw they reopened today. But it'll be interesting to keep an eye on them to see what happens going forward. And I don't know. Like I said a while back, like some of their beers have kind of fallen off for me after they did the deal with AB and Bev. And I've seen other people comment they don't think their beers are as good as now as well. So
I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like there was a brewery that was in there to get the big check. Once he got the big check, he was happy, and he was like, I'm done. So
yeah, I mean, kind of what he got into for the, at the beginning anyway to make money. So
yeah, that's
what's a big enough check, I guess. If it was all about the money to begin with, then why not? I found it interesting now that why would they not be sanitary and clean anyway? Like especially in beer, like I mean, you should in a restaurant, any kind of setting with the public anyway, but especially beer because you get some cross contamination or something with wild strains or something that could just totally screw up what you're brewing. You know what I mean?
Well, at the Columbus one where they were noting it, I think that's more their tap house when a tap house.
Okay.
So the stuff was already packaged like he was showing in that video, but they serve food there, and there was stuff around where food is. Well, so that's why they didn't want to serve anything around it where people would get sick and stuff. And since they wouldn't, take ownership of doing what needed to be done, there was also a thing where they were supposed to hire a general manager to run everything, and they couldn't find one to fill the spot, or they didn't hire any of the employees to fill the spot, and there was no leadership there as well, and they just got tired of it. So they decided to shut it down, like John Taffer, shut it down.
Shut it down. Had enough.
Here's CB. What is going on, my friend?
CB?
Hey, Blake, hard day, smoking time. There you go. Put your feet up, my friend. So that was something there. Molson Coors. This was interesting. They just came out with this earlier today. They had to stop making beer due to cybersecurity breach that caused system outages, and it was caused some other issues and stuff. So somebody basically hacked into Molson Coors. I don't know why you would hack into Molson Coors, but somebody decided to screw with them, I guess.
I don't know.
Sure, it wasn't for beer recipes.
I would hope not. But you never know. To each his own, I guess.
I'm really looking for that Coors Light formula, right? So, yeah.
Oh, whatever. I'm going to grab another beer, but I can still hear you and talk. So.
Okay. And so then we had another thing out of one of the Navy air stations. This was kind of interesting. This is, I guess, down in Florida in Pensacola. They limited beer sales to young sailors. They said it only applies to apprentice ranks E3 and below, which are typically the younger soldiers, but they limited how much beer young sailors could actually buy. Apparently, there's been a lot of fracases or stuff that have happened down there where they pretty much like say you're too young enough, you can't buy only this amount of beer. Like, well, hey, I'm I'm 21, and by law, I should be able to buy as much beer as I want to buy, but but not anymore. Not at this naval base. So it's like if I got to go out there and put my ass on the line, I should be able to get as much beer as I want.
Right.
So that's kind of an interesting thing. Yeah. So something neat there that popped up that I'm sure people will be looking into. Please cheers, Wayne, the CB. My net is terrible right now. Imagine that, LOL. Because you're probably doing PS4 at the same time.
I was gonna say, is he even gonna be able to play online with the way his
I don't know if he
internet
has.
is?
I mean, he got the system yesterday, but I mean, you know how it is. You got to download all the updates when you.
Well, yeah.
It's like, hey, buy today and play in 2 days. You know. And then we also had news out of Belgium. Exclusive Trappist breweries are facing a supply problem and running out of monks. And obviously, to make a Trappist beer, it has to be done in a monastery. So they're trying to do other things over there to increase their monk population. I mean, if you're a monk, you get good beer, but you got to give up some good stuff.
Yeah. What was the what was that one a few years ago? It was in a copper-colored bottle. It was a Trappist beer. I think it might actually be brewed over here now, but I can't remember the name of it was.
Bell? One of the DeVell beers?
No, it was maybe it was actually brewed in the United States, like out east somewhere. Can't remember.
Want to be a Trappist, you got to be at a monastery there. We only have one place. We only have one place in the States that has it now, and that is up in the Northeast. So,
do you remember the name of it? That might be the one I'm thinking of.
Oh no, it's up there like near where Vanessa is. Up there, like
I've had it before, but I can't remember what the hell it's called.
But they're the only one in the States that can be considered Trappist.
Yeah, that might be it. Because I remember they ain't been out real long, right? Maybe 6-7 years, 10 years, maybe now.
Yeah, I mean they're not an older one. Yeah, that's probably around right.
So I just remember when they first came out, and everybody's like, "Oh, gotta get it," only because it was the first true Trappist beer in the States. Spencer, does that sound right? Spencer.
That does sound kind of close. Let me see. Spencer Trappist, Spencer Brewery, Spencer, Massachusetts. Yeah, it's a church. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Look at you, gold label and everything. Yeah,
I remember shit sometimes, not very often, but every now and again.
Yeah, it's the first and only certified Trappist beer in the United States.
And I remember, the only reason I remember, I've had it before, but I remember when we were in Myrtle Beach one year on vacation, and the liquor store locally actually got it in down there. I don't know if it was a distribution or if something special was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Although I missed it, wasn't able to get it, but I happened to be so close to it and couldn't get it. But I actually had it. I don't remember if I had it maybe over at John's house or something one night. We had it. I had it sometime. It's pretty good.
I was gonna say, does it remember being pretty tasty? Pretty good for you?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, I mean,
I probably should have saved this one for next week, but that's all right. A little Guinness Imperial Stout.
Ooh.
Barrel aged.
I still have some of those left. That and the gingerbread.
Yeah, because next week will be St. Patty's Day. Although I got some different beers for St. Patty's Day. Which, if anybody wants to get Irish beers, I'm thinking of doing a St. Patty's Day stream next Thursday. So if people want to join, let me know. And just drink some Irish beers. Or Irish-like beers. They're all Irish beers, but red ales, stouts.
Was that Did you say it's Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday, 17th.
Yeah, let me know.
St. Patty Day. Picked up yesterday peanut butter stout, 7% ABV candy maker. I like the name. Pours a dark brown and then some peanut butter nose, followed by decent smoky mouthfeel by Window Brewing. Nice. So I'm going to think you probably dug that one then, Chad. That sounds pretty good. I do like my peanut butter beers.
I'm going to have to check. I'm going to have to try to go tomorrow after work and try to see if they have the Dragon's Milk one that they just come out with that you got.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, I haven't cracked those even open yet. They're still down there.
But I have better luck finding them by work than I do in Indiana for some reason.
Yeah. I'm waiting for you to get some of those high wire beers you end up showing up with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kinsey was pretty pumped about that too. Like, we're going to get a high wire down here. Like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
You
I can't wait for that. I think, what I tell you?
Because I'd be going there a lot probably.
Yeah, then I'm pretty sure it's not too far off my way home. which could be bad. That could be good.
Is that how you call it? Is Todd there still?
Yeah. We'll get to know her voice. Hang on, I did him. He's still here.
You'd be like, Norm, tell her I'm not here.
Which Gallant Fox isn't either, and it's on the way home for the most part either. It's just kind of like take the exit, go up a block, go up another block, and you're there. So it's like,
yeah.
Then drive right around the corner, and you're back on the highway. So I definitely need to make more stops in there. I've been there a couple times to get their beers, but I haven't actually stayed and drank any beer there. But that interview was good that you had with her for sure.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah, it was a good time. I should have had you on there. I didn't think about that afterwards. Yeah, I mean, you're the one that brought it to my attention. So
I don't know why. I had in my mind it was 8:30 that it was starting. I turned it on a few minutes before, and I was like, "Oh shit, they're already on." I done missed a half hour of it.
Yeah, usually I think when I have the guests, I'm going to try to do 8 just in case, depending on their time sensitivity and stuff. That seems to work out well. So,
which I don't even know why I was thinking 8:30 because usually it's like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. So I don't know why I was even thinking like halfway in the middle for some reason. I don't know. I got busy doing something. I was thinking, that doesn't come on till 8:30 anyway. And I was like, that's so stupid.
But speaking of stuff I haven't seen, I did miss Snowfall last night, so now I got to catch up on that episode this weekend as well.
Yeah, I recorded it. Haven't watched it yet. What do you think of the season so far?
I like it thus far. So the previews for this week episode. Are you caught up now?
Yeah, I'm caught up. There's been 3 episodes. I'm caught up.
Yeah. Because the previews, like with Leon and stuff, for this next episode look pretty crazy. So to see what happens. I don't know if you saw
the fourth one or the one after.
The one that was on last night.
Last night, okay.
Like last week they were showing like when they were going after Leon and stuff. So that looked kind of interesting because he had a falling out with what you call him. So they'll probably end up getting back together. Sailors doing too many 40-ounce chugs? Maybe. I think it was something with the younger sailors were drinking too much, but I just feel like if you're legal, you're legal. I mean, you can say it was part of your thing, and it's kind of like, yeah, but I don't know. I guess they had some instances of stuff happening that was noted in the story as well. So it's all for their safety, I'm sure. Blake says he has the most awesome PS4 name. Blake_the champion. LMAO, seriously, that is it. Well, that's it. I'll send you a friend request as well. If my computer doesn't spit it back out, but Blake_the champion. PlayStation 4. Like, are you kidding me? Gilbert said he's the one that hacked Molson Coors. The recipe is whatever is in the warehouse. Yeah. And Gilbert knew it was Spencer's. He was saying it there too.
There you go.
Good stuff. Almost as good as Unibrew.
I'm going to look at it and see what pretty sure I checked it in.
Yeah, Blake's got his PS4 now, CB.
I actually didn't check it in.
Oh, I can't wait to get Blake on Call of Duty, see what he does. That's going to be awesome. Let me see here. What else do we have? Oh, we had Sapporo. They're actually releasing its first new beer in the United States in nearly 5 years. Sapporo Pure, a new light lager from the Japanese brand. It clocks in at just 90 calories and at 4% ABV. Another brewery going for the low angle with the low calorie. Give you a little bit more of that 4% session type ale. And at least it's not a seltzer, so we'll see.
No kidding. We don't need no more seltzers. God, no.
But I haven't had support.
Have you had the Yingling, the light lager, the flight? I think it's called.
Yeah, I've done a review on the flight and the lights. That's what I did. I did like 4 Yingling videos back to back.
Yeah, I remember you did them, but I didn't know if that was one of them or not.
Yeah, it was kind of, they do taste a little bit different though. I feel like the flight did give me a little bit more of a body to it than the light did. But like I think the light was more calories, but the flight was less carbs. It was weird how it was set. But I don't know why a brewery would need 2 light beer options like that.
I was going to say, so they're basically the same thing?
They're slightly different, but they're both kind of light beers. It's like having a Mick Ultra and a Mick Ultra 2. Like, why would you have 2?
Why?
Yeah, but for one, it is lower carb, and the other one is lower calorie. So however they work that out there, but for the keto and low carb people, it probably would go more to the flight, I think, and then people trying to watch their calories can go to the light. Don't go into the light, Carol Ann.
Stay away from the light.
Chad has one left of Black Hog's Irish Cream Coffee Milk Stout. That's a perfect beer for St. Patty's Day. So everybody has something besides just Guinness. As I drink a Guinness, I'm just saying I like Guinness, but there's so many other ones out there. I've got a 3 Floyds Red Ale for St. Patty's Day, and then I've got one left hand. Technically, it's left hand milk nitro, but they got it in the St. Patty's can, so we're going to count it in for St. Patty's.
Yeah, I saw those. I was wondering if that was actually the same beer, or if they just same beer in a different can, or if it was something new just for that.
Yeah, it's the same beer in a different can. So
I wonder if it's just for St. Patty's Day, and then I'll go back to the regular.
probably.
Of it.
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't.
Yeah, seems like kind of a waste too, really, but whatever, I guess. If it
Oh,
sells, people buy it just because, probably.
Beer marketing. That's how it all works. The beer
Yeah, that's
market.
it, yeah.
Oh, look at you. The black is beautiful. Is that the one from Falls or?
No, this is one that I got from you. Oh shit!
Oh, don't spill it. Don't spill
Damn,
the
that thing
wine.
had a whole head and a half on that sucker.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Guess I had to pay more attention to what I was doing. This one is the Seventh Sons
Oh, I like. Let me
Imperial
know.
Coffee Stout,
Yeah,
10%.
yeah. That one is in a
the
smaller
label in there,
can.
yeah.
It's in a smaller can, but it's still pretty potent.
Yeah, 10%. Is it a smaller can?
It's a 12-ounce can on that one.
Well, yeah, but I thought
the other
you meant
one-
I thought you meant even smaller than that.
Oh no, the other ones were 16, and that's a 12, which was
Well,
surprising.
yeah.
So what do you think of that one?
Well, I have to taste of the head, trying not to spill it everywhere. Big coffee on that for sure. I mean, look at that sucker. That thing's.
Yeah,
I pay attention. I didn't think it was going to pour out so. I didn't think it was going to pour out so big.
the name pure turned you right off for some pure.
Shit, I gotta get to the beer instead of the foam.
Gotta get off the head, son.
I won't touch that one. I'll leave that one alone.
Yeah.
Look like those cheese heads out there.
Yeah.
sucking on the injector there. That's good.
Yeah.
Definitely one of the more straightforward coffee stouts that I've had in a while.
Yeah.
Like you always get like the lingering coffeeness, in the background, but this one is straight coffee almost.
Yeah. Yeah. They do a good job out of Columbus, and I thought that had a nice richness to it as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's and Paul would hate me for this for sure, but it's definitely colder than it probably should be.
Yeah.
That's not 500 degrees Paul level, but
Oh, did you pull that from under the car seat on a hot summer day? Then I don't want it. That's Paul's level.
I'll tell you what, though. If you're definitely a coffee fan, which I mean, you probably should be if you're drinking a coffee stout, but like I said, though, most coffee stouts you don't always get the pure coffee of it anyway, even though it says coffee stout. To me, anyway. But I know, you get the roastiness like that on all the stouts anyhow. But this one, for sure, coffee is the star of the show, which is kind of nice to see because, like I said, you don't always get that straightforward. I always hate, like, some of the peanut butter beers you come into those. Like, I always hate when it says it on there. It's like, okay, where's the peanut butter? Well, don't put it in the name if it's not going to be even prevalent in the in the beer to come out forward,
Yeah. Yeah, when I get back to Columbus again, whatever that is, they're on my list to try to get out to see and do some video with.
It's nice. It's some good coffee, and I don't know if it doesn't say anything about vanilla, but it do get hints of vanilla on the back end as it's going down. For sure.
Yeah, you can get that from the barreling as well.
Well, yeah.
Vanilla, yeah.
And for it to be 10%, I'd say it's a mild, smooth 10% because you don't get any no burnage in the chest area. It just goes down like. Okay, I'll have another. Like I just had that McGuire's. It was 4.2. Now this one is way bigger body, thicker, and I would think maybe slightly higher in alcohol content, but I couldn't tell it was 10%. I couldn't tell it was 6% higher ABV than the one I just had.
Yeah,
and that's a genius to be able to pull that off.
Yeah. Yeah, and those ones they actually sold I think they sold that in a 6-pack, I believe, too. No, that might have been a 4. That might have been a 4-pack. I think the Listerman was a 6-pack because it was a lower ABV.
I've heard some good stuff about them, though.
Seven Sun? Oh, yeah. They did some good stuff out of Columbus. Yeah, they're pretty solid.
Now, have you been any of the Walmarts to try to find?
I haven't.
Soul or something that's doing that one.
Yeah, no, I'm going to try to maybe go this weekend and see if we have it. I mean, ours is more of a macro Walmart.
Yeah.
But when Todd's mentioned it, for those that are watching, in case you missed it, Walmart has picked up like 300 stores are carrying the Weather Souls version of Black is Beautiful. So we do sell beer at ours, so I do want to see if it is there because that would be great. I mean, because they were the original ones. Because I didn't get a chance to review them because I couldn't get them anywhere. So I like to see what they did.
Yeah, I was just curious because we was actually in one, which we don't really go to Walmart that often. I'm also not one that don't go there. I prefer not to, but I will go into them if if I need something and it's right there on the way or whatever, I'll stop and get something. So we happened to be in there the other day. I was like, I'm gonna check it and see because I'm never in them. So I was like, first time I've actually been in, I just haven't think of it, but I didn't see it.
Yeah.
But ours is the same. It doesn't carry a lot of craft beer stuff. I mean, you might be able to get the Boston Lager, Sam Adams, or but for the most part, it's Bud Light, Miller Lite, your macros.
Right.
Usually some of your Dos Equis and stuff like that. Some of the Mexican type beers that you might see. But yeah, I didn't have any luck.
300 stores is a lot, though. So.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I mean, how many Walmarts are there? There's about 5 million, so it's not really that many stores.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. Walmarts are, because I got the one here in Fort Wright, but I can go the other way and have one right down there in Alexandria as well, so not too far. When they got one in Florence, I got 3 around me when you think about it, yeah.
Yeah, and we've got 2. I go probably 5 miles. Well, not probably even have 4 miles one way and get one, and I can go 5 miles the other way, and there's one. 2 different counties, but we're kind of right on the county line, so we're not, it's not that far either way. But I got 2 within 10-minute driving distance, but might have to go with the other one and check it out because I would like to try it because that's the That's the one. Those are the guys that started the whole thing, right?
Yeah, they're the ones that started. So it's like the Walmart plan is based off the Subway plan of building on top of each other, apparently. So yeah. Chad said, "How about some corned beef?" I've never fancied corned beef as much. Are you a corned beef fan, Todd, or have you?
Not really. Not really.
I've never really gotten into it as much. I mean, I know a lot of people right now love corned beef. It's just
I don't know if it's just because I really haven't had it enough. I've tried it, but it's not been. I mean, I don't seek it out, or especially around St. Patrick's Day or anything. But I don't know. It might be one of those things I might have to try to revisit again at some point.
Yeah, I think St. Patrick's Day are one place that we have here. What's the name of the bar? I think I have to get the name offhand, but I think they do a kegs and eggs that morning, like at 6. Starts at 6:00.
Oh yeah.
I think Patty's Day is like one of the biggest drinking day. I don't know if it's still the biggest drinking day. It used to be at one point the biggest, but I think it may have fallen off over the years. But they do kegs and eggs, and they drink like these all day long at some of the Irish bars and stuff around here.
I would think
you can make it, I should say.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the bars around here, well, on Bardstown Road in Louisville, which has got nothing but like a breweries and bars and restaurants, kind of a just a happening street. You can just walk up and down the street, all day long. And they do a lot of stuff, and they got some Irish bars over there. So I bet we, use O'Shea's. Forget what the other one's called. They got a couple over there, and it's always. I'd have to say it's got to be one of the higher drinking days, if not the most biggest drinking day, because of that reason. You see people out just kind of doing beer walks and stuff. Even though it sucks because some days, like this year, it falls right in the middle of the week. So
let me see here. Biggest drinking day. No, now it's the day before Thanksgiving is the biggest one, it says. So maybe St. Patty's Day.
The day before Thanksgiving?
Yeah, like Wednesday night, which I remember that being a huge one too. I mean, that's before, depending on the families, that's before you got family the next day. Some people need to get their energy up, I guess.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah.
The only other day I would have thought maybe would be New Year's Eve. That's got to be at the top there, right?
Yeah, New Year's Eve was up there as well, but I think St. Patty's Day was mixed in there too. This has the biggest. It's just saying night before Thanksgiving. See, that's one with the.
What about 4th of July? Is that on there? I mean, nothing goes better than getting drunk and shooting off fireworks.
Wow. Yeah. Depending on what state you're in, right? It's more common than others. Let's see here.
Nothing like shooting your hands off of a bottle rocket or anything. Blowing M16s in your hand.
That wasn't even my good finger, so I'm good. See, this one is another one that says New Year's Eve, but I think that's still the same. And then it has St. Patty's Day as second.
Yeah, now when I think about it, I would think New Year's Eve would be the top. Or, I mean, I almost feel like Christmas Eve should be up there too.
The January 25th. Well, this was back. I don't know if this is older. On this one, 2013, it looks like. So that was older. So I think Thanksgiving has caught New Year's since then.
Did you say January 25th?
That piece was in 2014 that I'm reading. They were thinking about closing out the month or whatever, but yeah, this is an older piece. I mean, this thing, I know it is Thanksgiving now. Come on, let's see here. Back it up to Google.
Well, you gotta think too, like I would think the Sunday of Memorial Weekend would have to be a big day too.
The Sunday, because you're off Monday?
Yeah. Because Memorial Day is always Monday, right?
Yeah, it's always
Yeah.
Monday.
So I would assume I would think that Sunday, because that's a national holiday, so everybody's always off, unless you're. I guess not everybody, I guess, but for the most part, everybody is.
St. Patty's Day is third on the list. It says here 36% of men tie St. Patty's Day to alcohol, while 44% of women thought the association was strongest at New Year's Eve.
What are the viewers? What do you all think is the highest? What your biggest day of drinking?
Let's see here. God, nothing just gives you anything anymore. Everybody's got freaking all kinds.
Oh, they want you to click on every freaking website you can think of just to get to it.
It's like, damn it, just give me the answer.
Yeah, just want the answer.
I would ask Siri, but I would have broken the nose of my business. Her and Alexa are some nosy bitches. Like, y'all need to mind y'all business. Y'all need to be.
Yeah, they are.
Now, the average number of drinks consumed by holiday, Mardi Gras is number one, 4.5. New Year's Eve is 4.4. St. Patty's Day, 4.2. 4th of July, 3.8. Halloween, 3.5. Cinco de Mayo, 3.5. Memorial Day, 3.3. Labor Day, 3.2. It just says winter holidays, 3.1. And Thanksgiving, 2.7.
Really?
Yeah.
Mardi Gras was number one.
Yeah. Well, you're drinking a lot of Mardi Gras down in New Orleans.
Well,
And that's the number of drinks per consumer. Like, you know, not the whole like holiday, but just kind of I guess the average people that drink on that holiday, how much they may consume. I guess how they're looking at it.
But still, was New Year's Eve on that list?
New Year's Eve was second.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say It's still hard to believe that wouldn't be number one because everybody at least. I mean, I guess it is the number of drinks though.
Yeah, that's
everybody at least toast champagne. Somebody's always drinking. You know, everybody's drinking that day.
Yeah,
It's
like you said, it's like 4.5 to 4.4, so it's right there.
And who's only drinking a half?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like people would drink even more than 4. I mean,
4.5. I mean, I know they're just.
Really haven't been to New
Where's
Year's
the
Eve
half
party.
come from?
I haven't been to a New Year's Eve party in a long time, I guess, but it seems that's kind of low. Like,
Also, I'm thinking, like, that's just in the first like hour and a half, right?
Yeah. Here's a funny one. VinePair has a thing. America's top beer drinking holidays ranked. Number one, it says NCAA basketball. Just not even a holiday. It just says NCAA basketball. Because March Madness, we do drink a lot during March Madness tournaments. And then
I was thinking about that today. I was thinking about that today at work. I was like listening to some of the games, had my headphone in, earpiece in. I was listening to Wilson in the UK game.
Yeah.
I was like, is there any better month than March for a guy anyway, especially? Well, I mean, not necessarily for a guy, but if you're a basketball fan, like there's not any month greater than March in sports, I don't think, is there? From beginning to end.
March is probably the best, I think, with all those different stuff.
Because even the first couple of weekends or first couple of weeks, you have Thursday through the weekend of games, you know.
It's kind of funny. It says this is an older one. This is 2019. At home off-premise drinking, it has July 4th is ranked as number 1, Memorial Day number 2, and then Labor Day number 3. But away from home on-premise drinking, if you're out, then the St. Patty's Day, then the Super Bowl, and then Cinco de Mayo.
See, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Although
you don't drink as much as because you're away from home. Like it's gotta be like some type of a bigger event where you're with other people, I'm sure. Yeah. So
like I would think Memorial Day would be number 1 there, but just because it's kind of the first good weekend for the summer.
Yeah.
Cooking out and all that stuff. Now I could Super Bowl like at home. Yeah. I mean, going out, I wouldn't think that would be up there that high though. Going out to a place.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there'd be more at-home Super Bowl parties than there would be people going out to the bars for Super Bowl.
Well, nowadays, I mean,
Well, I mean,
the last few
not
years
last
before
year.
COVID, you did have a lot of people with Super Bowl parties. There were a lot of bars that did a lot of stuff for Super Bowls too, and you had on
Yeah, I
TV.
mean, they did.
They would do like different, buffets or spreads or whatever they're doing, and it all just depended. Now everybody's a lot of people are at home, or they're just going to get
Yeah.
a small.
I mean, pre-COVID, I
Yeah.
could see that, I guess, but still, I feel like I know more people that were having Super Bowl parties than actually going out to a
even like
place
March
party or
Madness
whatever.
before last year, like we'd be fighting over days off in the office because we would take half days so we could watch the basketball games in the afternoon and drink like at the bar or whatever. Now it's like you don't even go to the bar really, so it's like you don't even worry about taking days. You're just at home watching, So
Yeah, that's one of the beauties of working from home, isn't it?
yeah, well, that's like today watching the basketball game. Like basketball games start at 11 o'clock, so just flip over though. Freaking West Virginia lost, sons of bitches, but
Yeah,
it's
feel your
heartbreaking.
pain.
But
Although I've been torn this last couple weeks because I want the coach to be fired.
yeah,
And it's like I don't ever want to root for my team to lose. I don't ever want Indiana to lose. But it's like at this point, I don't know that I want them to win because if they start winning and show a little something, then they'll probably. Which honestly, they'll probably keep him one more year because his buyout's going to be $10.5 million if they fire him after this season. Yeah, and if they keep him one more year, then it goes down to like $3 million.
Yeah, West Virginia. I mean, they're in a tournament anyway, so it's kind of like, Seth Green brought up a point earlier, and it was like, do you even go to the conference games if you don't have to? If you don't go to the conference game and you're already in, you get a week off before you have to go into the tournament. In the way the COVID thing. And he pulled up, like, look at Duke today. Duke's out.
I was going to say, look at Duke today.
Because he had COVID, but if they had not had to play and they weren't around, it might have been a different situation. So it's kind of an interesting thing. And today, Culver was kind of banged up. There was something going on with him. So now he gets a week to rest before next week. So that's not totally bad either, that he can rest up before the tournament starts.
Well, Gonzaga tried to not go to their tournament.
Oh, they did try to get out of it?
Yeah, they tried to get out of it a couple weeks ago, but I think they were kind of forced. Not really forced, but I think they were feeling forced to go.
But what if they went in and threw the game? Would they get in trouble for that then?
I don't know.
I mean, they're smart though. I wouldn't doubt them trying to get out. They're a smart team.
Now they go, and when somebody comes up with COVID and they have to miss the tournament now, like,
well, yeah,
undefeated, number one, good chance to win the whole thing. Although I hope they lose now because they're undefeated. I don't want to see them win. I was hoping they'd lose. I was hoping they'd lose last night, just so that if they won the whole thing, I wouldn't care. Being a Hoosier fan, and my Hoosiers the last undefeated national champs, I can't have another team. Now it's kind of like the Miami Dolphins. You got to drink not to have them win. Pop the champagne, baby.
Even if they do go undefeated, do you put an asterisk next to them at the end of this? Well, it was a COVID season, so it wasn't the same.
True, and then you have that. Yeah, it's like, but they didn't play a full season.
They didn't really have any fans there to get in their heads and all kinds of stuff, right? But they got a good squad. I mean, they eked by us by 5 points, I think. But I think we played them again. We had a really good shot. That's when we had Sheway here though as well. But
although I do think that they have played some pretty decent teams early on, but I do think the lack of competition for them has to kind of catch up with them in the tournament at some point. Like they've not really been contested too much. I mean, they've won their last 23 games by double digits.
Yeah.
Including last night, which they were down like 14 at one point in the first half.
Yeah.
They still ended up winning by 10 or 12 or whatever it was.
I mean, I know we pushed them to the level early in the season. And
you guys were one of them.
That's when we were struggling a little bit. Yeah.
They played a couple decent teams, non-conference early on, which I do give them credit for that because in most even regular seasons, they do that somewhat.
Yeah. But nobody's going to say
they have to because their non-conference is just not good. I mean, their conference is just not good.
Nobody's going to say the WAC is a powerhouse conference.
No, right. And although watching BYU last night, they looked pretty good, and I thought they had a shot to get.
Well, they got a good squad too. Yeah, I mean that was the one that they thought could beat Gonzaga when they played them. So, but they got a good squad that'll be shooting some stuff out. Gilbert said Irish back bacon is just a cottage roll. He was saying earlier back bacon or corned beef wedged with cabbage and potatoes. Huh. Black IPA. Yes, I actually do like the black IPA. I'm a big fan of the darker malts as well. So I love when breweries are doing it. I like that more breweries are doing that now. And I think Kinsey actually, since you're down there, so I think she said they're coming out with a black IPA as well.
She did say that.
Yeah. So
I'm kind of excited for her. Like, I used to not be a huge fan of them, but over the years I've gotten. Not that you don't see them a ton, but I've drinking more in the last couple of years than I ever have, and I'm actually starting to like them.
Yeah, and I did the review on the Stone Supremely or Sublimely Self-Righteous, and it's a decent black IPA. A lot of people were pumped up about that beer coming back out because it had been like not out there for like 14 years, or whatever. But it's still good. But again, 14 years ago, it stood out more. People had a nostalgia effect with it. I thought it was decent, but there's also other black IPAs that are just as good as well that I've come across.
Was that the name of it then?
Yeah. But I think they released it under something else, someone that told me on one of the comments. But it wasn't the Sublimely Self-Righteous.
I was going to say, I was thinking a few years ago you used to talk about that and you was able to get it. I was thinking they were doing away with it at some point, but I didn't think that was the name of it. Maybe it wasn't Stone.
Well, that's one.
Is there another black IPA you liked a lot?
The one that I liked was the Mocha IPA. That's the one.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that's the one I thought was really good, and they ended up doing away with that one. Yeah.
Yeah, the Mocha. Yeah.
Yeah,
that was Stone too, though, right?
Yeah, that was Stone as well. That was my favorite Stone ones.
That's what I was thinking of.
I could drink that baby every day. Super Bowl Sunday, yeah, Dale. So Super Bowl Sunday was on some of the other lists there. So people definitely get to drink on that. Although this last year, I mean, I don't know. Super Bowl parties, I don't know if people may have done Super Bowl parties or the bars because they were limited. So it probably went down this last year. Still smaller numbers than a Canadian long weekend. Like Canada, you got so spread out. Yeah, I might as well just drink. I'm not big on going. I would think the more beers consumed on 4th of July than New Year's Eve. Depending, yeah, like I said, there's different reports are showing that. I mean, one did have 4th of July for when you were at home. I think that was higher than New Year's as well. It all depends. And then it's, when you're doing New Year's Eve, I mean, July 4th, some people over the years, I don't think they drink as much now because of the fireworks and stuff like that too. So I guess it all depends. Heard there were only about 1,210 at SEC tourney today. I wouldn't doubt it because you have to spread everybody out. So the stadiums were probably limited to like 30% capacity or something. It'll be interesting starting next week, though, because it's all in Indianapolis with the capacity. I think it's 8,000 people will be for Indianapolis.
Yeah, I was thinking tonight they had, I can't remember, I don't know if it was 3,000 or 6,000 for the Big Ten tournament.
Okay.
But they were playing Lucas Oil, and of course, they close off half of it, so it's pretty good seating capacity. They showed the stands, and you could hear the crowd, but it wasn't like a normal, obviously not like a normal game. And everybody was so far spaced out. I was like, I don't even know what section was whose.
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering if people are starting to get used to like the piping into the sounds and stuff like that, and it's kind of interesting. Like when I watch the games on TV, it's not like I watch the games on TV now versus a year ago. And like you see the cutout of people, it doesn't really throw me off anymore. Now, like back then, you were like, "What the hell is that? That looks kind of weird." But now you're so used to seeing those cutouts of people in the seats, it becomes second nature.
Yeah, and also, honestly, kind of. I mean, I like the atmosphere of the fans and stuff, but this year you probably get the truest of the teams that are winning. Probably should be winning. Like, I mean, you get a good team come in. Like at Assembly Hall in Bloomington for Indiana. Like they're always good at knocking off a top-ranked team because it's a hard place to play in when you get 17,000 fans right on top of you. And they're just, yelling so loud you can't even talk to the guy standing next to you because you can't hear what they're saying anyway.
Right.
So now, like, and they lost. I don't know. Of course, they're terrible, but they've lost like 5 home games this year with no fans, other than some parents. I think they're allowing so many parents or whatever come in. So I just think you got the truer game. Maybe sometimes those teams play off that adrenaline of the fans boosting them up.
Well, yeah, but that's a part of what it should be, though, right? That's
Well,
the
I mean, I agree. I hate it. I hate it in that aspect because it is college basketball. That's part of college basketball is the atmosphere and stuff like that.
Yeah. But if you're looking at talent level, your talent is rising to that occasion you're playing against. The teams that are higher talented are winning more of those games because it doesn't have those little things that throw them off.
Yeah.
If you look,
but also the shortened season screwed the teams like Kentucky and Duke and Carolina that always have a shit ton of freshmen and didn't have that cupcake non-conference schedule to where those guys could learn and get better. Before the grueling conference, they almost just was thrown right into it. And I think that's a big reason why you see Kentucky not make it and Duke's not going to make it and. Used to say Indiana's not going to make it, but they ain't made it in so long it doesn't even matter anymore. UVL isn't probably going to make it. It's just those young teams that get a lot of freshmen all the time. They weren't
even
very
this
good this year.
Although they'll make it, isn't even off year kind of with Kansas this year too. I mean,
they come on. They come on late though. They're ranked 11th again now.
Yeah. But it's an interesting season. But I can't think of the last tournament where you didn't have Kentucky and Duke in. That's definitely something that stands out.
Yeah, no kidding.
BeerHound.
Kentucky, Duke, probably Louisville's not going to make it. Indiana's not going to make it. I mean, you're talking about big names right there. Carolina,
is fighting right now. They're beating Virginia Tech. I think they win this one. They're definitely in for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have some of the bigger programs, well-known programs that are struggling a little bit. Let's see here. Now, you didn't even talk about talking about St. Patty's Day next week, like the green beer next week. Yes or no? Would you drink some green beer?
I mean, I have.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would. Yeah. I mean, if I wouldn't go out to seek green beer, but I mean, if we go. Now, I'm not going anywhere this year either, obviously, but if I was going out on St. Patty's Day and, green beer for $3 or whatever, because it's going to be a dyed Miller Lite or Bud Light or something anyways, what you're getting. So it's
like, do we still need to dye the beer, though? Can we just let it go? We have so many good beer styles that you can use to represent Ireland. Let the green beer dye just go. Let it fade away.
All right. So at that point, because you're probably going to get a special on it, and it's like you're in the atmosphere, so when in Rome, why not?
Yeah.
So I would say yes to that.
Well, this is interesting. So, and I'm not fully familiar with Brickyard Brewing, but they teamed up with local breweries to do a mental health awareness themed beer. It's okay not to be okay, double IPA, which comes out this coming Saturday, but. The big thing is there's been a lot of things talked about, like with mental health, depression. You always see the suicide hotline type stuff. So it's kind of cool with them coming up with something like that to help people maybe address those issues as well. Because there is that situation that does take place in our society. And then Deschutes actually acquired Ben's Boneyard beer. Not familiar much with Boneyard. I mean, I wish Beer Man was here because Beer Man's out in Oregon. But supposedly they make some decent beer as well. So now they'll be putting their stuff together, which should be pretty cool, hopefully. So anybody out in the way.
Not anything from there either.
Yeah.
Didn't y'all talk about that on the podcast you did with the I don't know what the guy's name up in Chicago.
Oh, Dave on his
yeah. Was y'all talking about that too?
I don't know if we talked about that or not, or made a mention of it, or I can't remember.
But I've never even heard of them.
I think they're more just like a regional type beer for out there, but
okay.
It's got some pretty good reviews on stuff. So hopefully we get to get some of their flavors coming our way. BeerHound is having a Lost Coast French Oak Imperial Stout Rare Release 10% ABV. Very nice. I think the last Lost Coast I've had wasn't a tangerine wheat ale, but it was the I think it was the 25th anniversary silver edition they did, which was actually a pretty decent beer in itself. But I haven't had Lost Coast in a while. They're actually off the West Coast there too. I don't know if you ever had Lost Coast or seen them down where you are.
Yeah, I think we
They're a
get.
good sized brewery though.
I think we only.
The tangerines.
I think we only get a handful of stuff from them though.
Yeah, people love the tangerine on tap when they have it here as a wheat ale, and people drink it up like crazy. Gilbert said no. He just said no. I don't know why Gilbert said no. I think you always say no in the green beer.
Yelling it.
Green, yeah. Green malt liquor. There you go for St. Patty's Day. What is going on? Two Wheels Down. Cheers. What is
Welcome.
happening? And did you guys talk about the Coca-Cola training video? I did not see the Coca-Cola training video. Is there something interesting about that? And Two Wheels here. Long time no see. Oh, Swami's 2 wheels down now? I did not know he was 2 wheels down now. What's going on? I didn't know he was Swami. He switched the name over. So, no, I didn't know about the Coca-Cola training video. Was it something crazy that happened there? You know, crazy thing that I actually saw, I mentioned this on the podcast this past week. Which if anybody wants to see the podcast, it's something totally different. Well, not totally different. I just cover beer news kind of in a bullet point rant type style situation. But was that I watched that show, The Foods That Built America. I don't know if you ever seen the commercial for that or the show itself on the History Channel.
I never have. I've heard you talk about it before, but I've never seen it.
So I caught some of the episodes Sunday, and they were talking about Pabst, which, you know, caught my interest because Pabst makes beer. And back when they had Prohibition, Pabst was pretty much closed down or were being forced to close down. So the way they adapted was to actually, they copied kind of what Kraft was doing with the cheese and created pasteurized cheese. And then use that out of the plant rather than making beer. And they actually made a better cheese than what Kraft had actually done. And so Kraft came to them. I was going to basically shut them down, but then said, well, we'll go ahead and let you make the cheese, but we want a royalty off of it. And so they got a royalty off it was called Pabst was the cheese they were making. They got the royalty off of it as they were making it because they were selling like crazy amounts of it. It was like a smooth out, kind of almost like a pre-cheese whiz type thing. And when Prohibition ended, Pabst went back to making beer, but they sold the rights to Kraft. And that led to Kraft becoming a bigger player out there in the cheese field, right? So that led to them having like the little, you know, the pasteurized cheese you get in a package for the macaroni and other stuff. But they essentially built up a part that became one of the prominent parts of Kraft as well when they went back to doing the beer. And it was just an interesting story. Like the one guy that ran Pabst, he got frustrated with Prohibition. He wanted to quit, and his brother was the one that came in and built Pabst up to the cheese and took him back into the beer type arena. And some fascinating stuff on that show. I mean, it gets cutthroat on what some companies had done back then, but never knew made cheese, and that's what actually saved them. If they would have done the cheese, you would never had the Pabst Blue Ribbon down the line.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think I heard you. Was that on your podcast? You mentioned that on there?
Yeah, that was on the podcast. I was talking about that.
Yeah, I was listening to it the other day, and I was like, "Holy shit! Never realized that that ever happened. I didn't even know that." So very good information there, Rod.
Yeah, it's just weird shit. I mean, I tell you what, that Food That Built America, you find out some weird stuff that happened in some of these companies that would go cutthroat, like the whole McDonald's and Burger King. And, you know, when they came out with the Whopper, now the Whopper was pretty much beating them, and they were like determined to find a way to fight back. And that led to the filet of fish. The first filet of fish was actually done in Ohio. Didn't know that. Ohio, because there were independent people under McDonald's, and the guy in Ohio created the filet of fish. And it was so funny because he did the fish with just like a tartar sauce and was trying to, you know, when they're looking for the idea, the guy that was running McDonald's at the time, he's like, what he did is he thought it was good, but he's like, it needs one thing. And he threw a slice of cheese on it, which is now your filet of fish.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, cheese on the filet of fish? He's like, trust me, you know. But it took
And
off.
it looks like a Kraft cheese, American cheese. Is what it
Yeah.
looks like.
But it's just like these weird things you find out about, like how some of these things like cereal, like started out in like mental asylums, or where they were treating people with mental issues. They were using like some of the cereals and stuff there to kind of feed them. But they thought there was something with them and getting their vitamins and all that kind of stuff and keeping them under control. It's just a whole bunch of different stuff you learn in that show. What about Irish? I do like Irish whiskeys, Jameson, Bushmills. Probably have some of that as well. I haven't had old Bushmills in a while though, but me and Jameson, we had a really good 40th birthday together. Well,
my old buddy Jameson.
well, the wife wouldn't say it was really good, but yeah, Jameson was hanging in. I was hanging in with Jameson, I should say. When a bar is doing $2.99 shots of Jameson, it's no good for anybody.
Yeah.
When people find out it's your birthday and everybody's like ordering you shots.
You're going home with nothing but an empty pocket and a headache.
Yeah. But I did not see the porcelain god the next morning, so that was a good thing. So
yeah, nobody wants to see that guy.
nobody will see the porcelain god. No. Just laying in bed like, no.
Make it stop. Somebody stop the room.
So running through the room like George Costanza, and there's a fire. Cheers, family. I'm 2 wheels up, Rod. Cheers, Tremaine. Good to see you, brother.
What's up,
Happy
Tremaine?
Thursday to you. Somebody said, LOL, Coca-Cola was training their white employees to not be white anymore. I don't know. How do you do that? I'm not. You sure it was a Saturday Night Live skit or something?
Really? Yeah.
Oh. Pabst also sold a hot malt syrup for home brews on prohibition. Yeah, there you go. So different companies had to reinvent themselves. And that's, the whole thing made it interesting for me watching that. Is how Pabst adapted itself. And you think about that nowadays, all these breweries that kind of had to adapt or survive through tougher type times. Like last year, they were going to the sanitizer type route doing stuff, and they were doing different things to try to make themselves, more productive and still be able to save an opportunity and be out there doing things. So,
well, even right now, you're seeing them kind of lean towards some of the craft options.
Yeah.
Like you had the hard coffee or whatever they called it. And I think they just came out with another new one here not too long ago.
They got a hard one I saw, but I didn't get that one. But I went to the hard coffee, I think, this weekend because I do have that finally.
Yeah, that one is good. But I think the one I was thinking of was along the lines of like an IPA or a wheat beer or something.
From Pabst?
That's what I was thinking.
Ooh.
I could be totally wrong. Which one is what is the style that you're talking about? What's the other hard beer that they're doing?
I don't think it might be like a lemonade type thing or something. It's something. It's not like a beer. It's some type of hard something. Let me pour this beer and then I'll take a look here. Unless you see it there.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
As I crack open another Guinness. This is actually my last gingerbread spice stout. So go ahead and finish that baby out.
I still got one of those too. Wish I'd known you was gonna do that. We could have done a duel. Even though I know you've already reviewed it, but
the tea, Pabst Hard Tea.
Is that what it is?
3 grams of sugar, 4% ABV, 100 calories. Set to be your go-to drink this summer. So yeah, it's coming out in 26 states. And you know what else is coming out? Oh, not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe again. No, not Oberon. Well, Oberon will be coming out shortly, but Natty Light has a new Natter Day coming out, and let me see if I can see which one it is here.
Yeah, I guess it was a hard tea, but I didn't think that was what it was. That's what's coming up though.
Holy shit, my Kroger has, I don't know why you want these, but it has Natter Day reusable plastic cups. What? Like Natty Light has their own cups you can pick up at Kroger. That's weird. They have a new flavor coming out. If I can find it here. Natural Light.
Was it gonna be along the same lines of the strawberry lemonade one they did?
Yeah, it's like a different.
Oh, that was that? Yeah, that was Natter Day, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Natter Day. Like it's a strawberry lemonade. And I can't remember what flavor this one is actually going to be, but I saw a thing on it a while back. Pineapple.
Ooh.
Pineapple lemonade. So I'll pull it up here so people can see it.
If it's like that strawberry one that it did, that'll be pretty good. And
It'll be a nice one for summer again. I'm going to become a Natter Light fan. What's going on? So really. So this is a new one they're coming out with. Second Natter Day flavor, pineapple lemonade. So it says here, it says #1 beer innovation back in 2019 when they came out. Fruit forward light lager bound for pineapple and lemonade, released in just in time for spring break. So it might actually be on the shelves now. You can actually get it in 12 ounce 30, 24, and 12 packs, and 16 ounce 6 packs. To celebrate, Natty Light is sending one lucky winner on an island vacation, so you might even win a trip out of it.
Dang.
Although I have to worry about a Natter Day island, what kind of island they would send you to. Claim no right. The sweepstakes begins today, March 2nd, and ends on March 14th. So you got 3 days to find this beer if you want to try it and try to go for the sweepstakes there with the island getaway. So yeah, that's a new one. So I'll probably try that one as well. Like I said, I was surprisingly overly pleased with how much I did like the Natter Day when it came out, as you remember, and this became like a little bit of a summer drinker at times. Like
only thing I thought it was a tad sweet, but not enough to not drink it. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't so sweet. You're like, oh, I can't drink more than one. But it's like, I think of it as a summer. It was just a little sweet for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, I still liked it. It was still good, especially.
Well, it was definitely sweet. It gets sweet and syrupy, but like on a day, if you drink them, because you can drink them rather quickly or easily. I mean,
oh yeah.
Like if you're like in a pool and just like I don't know, or one of those floats or whatever, you're just drinking. Yeah, you're good to go.
Oh, on a hot summer day, and floating around the pool, grilling some burgers or something, or even out maybe fishing or something. When you're sweating your ass off, yeah, hell yeah, I drink that.
Yeah, speaking of grill, last week I grilled another steak and I grilled salmon that she wanted for dinner. So the grill is starting to get some work in. It's about to get picked up.
Nice.
The breaks. And don't forget, this weekend, people, Sunday, you turn your clock forward 1 hour. As we have daylight time. Well,
bring forward.
You do it in your part of Indiana too, right? Because I know Indiana's kind of like, we ain't turning our clock back.
Well, we still have, I don't know how many counties it is now, but you got like southwestern part of the state, like it's Evansville area, which is maybe an hour-ish from the Illinois border. They still turn their clocks, or they don't change them.
Yeah.
And then up around Chicago area, it doesn't change them either, I don't think. That's how I think the rest of the state now does. But back years ago, and they used to have football tickets for IU. That's only, I don't know, 80 miles from here, I guess Bloomington is. And during football season, part of the football season, the time was they were an hour behind us. And then the other half, when we changed our times, because they didn't change their time at that time, then it was the same time. So it was always confusing because you had to be like, okay, what time are we on now? When do we need to leave? What time does the game actually start? But now it's all the same. It's not any different. But there still are a few counties that do change or don't change it at all. Which at this point, I don't know why anybody changes time anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
because the farmers, they work. I mean, initially it was for farmers.
Well, yeah.
Now farmers work 24 hours. They have night machines and stuff too. So it's kind of
shit. We got the back of our house is a farm. And I've seen that guy out there in the middle of the summertime
Yeah.
1:00 in the morning on a Saturday night, Friday night, Saturday morning, Friday night, whatever. Light up the whole field. It looks like it's freaking daylight. I mean, you go out there and do whatever the hell you want. And I'm like, what? Why are we changing our times again?
But at the end of the night, it's like when you get done work, it's nice that it's not just, you only have like an hour as well. So like that was tonight. We get dark right now about 6:40. So next week,
Yeah.
40 before it starts pushing up to around 9 or so, which would be nice. So
I think once we move it forward, leave that time where it is right there. So at least it doesn't get so dark so early. Like whatever, what a daylight saving, whatever you call it when you move it forward. Just leave it there. Put a freeze on that, and that's what it should be.
We're gonna hold.
Because even in wintertime, at least then you're going to get another hour worth. It's not going to be dark at 5:30 or whatever, 5 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, how everybody's
Just
working.
imagine if you're in New York or whatever. It's dark at 3:30, 4 o'clock there.
Yeah.
In the wintertime. How depressing would that be?
Yeah. It's it'll be nice. I'll probably grill some more, so I might start doing like a series like beers from the grill or something and do some videos outside once that starts rolling. But
yeah, I go let's see. Not this Saturday coming up, but the 20th, so the following Saturday, a week or so ago. So there's a local grocery store. I don't know, it's about 10 miles from here. About once a quarter, I think it is, they do like a meat sale. So it's like a bundled meat sale.
oh, nice.
So they have 10 or 12 different bundles that you can buy. So the bundle I got this time, this is the first time I've heard of it. Our old next door neighbor sent it to me the other day. He's like, you need to get on this. So it was 5 pounds of meat, and it was 3 pounds each of ribeyes, filet mignon, New York strip, ground, hamburger, and then, what's the stuff you'd make like country fried steak out of?
Like top one?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
or
I guess
flank steak?
Yeah, well, it's not flank steak, but it's,
I think top one they use for some of the like.
Yeah, they might. But whatever it would be.
Yeah,
it was 3 pounds. So it was 3 pounds of each, and it was like $94, which I thought was a great deal.
Yeah,
especially prime or ribeyes and fillets alone are.
well, considering
the price on that.
If you did that at Omaha, probably is a good deal.
Yeah. But they had all kinds of they had I said, they had 12 different ones. They had one that was called like everything but the kitchen sink or something like that, and it was like $400 for the package. But I don't even know how you could store the whole thing. This would be like buying a whole cow or something.
Well, do you guys have a deep freezer?
No, I got one. I got one that's coming, but I gotta do some cleaning out of our basement storage to make room for it.
Yeah.
So one of my mom's neighbors passed away, and the guy's son actually took over the house, and he has a deep freeze that he just wanted to get rid of. So I told him I would take it. I just got to go get it and make room for it. He's not in any hurry to get it all out of there. So and apparently it was like brand new, so it's not real old.
Yeah, my mom for years she's been like, you need to get a deep freeze because she has one. It's like I thought about that. You need to do something like that, especially nowadays. Get the meat in there and I can grill it and stuff. And
no, my mom's got one, so if I ever really needed some space or whatever, I could probably use hers if I needed to.
Yeah. Just
give her some steaks or something for it, just in case, trade off for space or something.
I'd have all steaks in the fridge like Napoleon Dynamite. Grill us up with your steaks.
Yeah.
Uncle Rico eating all the steaks there.
Uncle Rico.
Great.
Throw it over that mountain.
Yeah. There can only be 12 wheels. Oh, Pap should have stuck to cheese. Nowadays, but back then, I swear I'm not. You know what? Actually, I was going to say, Swami, I just actually looked. I did see that video. I think I might try to pull it up here. Get some Irish single Potsy whiskey red breast cream spot. Okay, nice. Coca-Cola had to do damage control. Hey, Dolly, what's going on?
Dolly?
How do you not be white? Oh, I don't know. This is a thing Swami brought up there. Like, don't act like British royals. That's not how to be. Of course, you gotta have a British royal reference on every show now. Oh, Pink pasted it to you. Hey, what's going on, EB down in Bama? Cheers, my friend. Good to see you. Hey, hopefully your mom's doing better with the recovery and everything as well.
Yeah, no doubt.
Positive thoughts your way for sure. Don't eat red meat anymore. Really? I didn't know you just gave up red meat. Miss it sometimes. A balance. Sweet home. Cheers, Swami. And preferred the Neil Young song. Neil Young song. Cheers, Alan. Oh, Bama, the state that invented step family porn. No,
That's Mississippi.
that's good stuff. She may go tomorrow. Oh, awesome. Great. So that's good news that they can get a release tomorrow and everything.
Very good news.
That's very good. Yeah. So awesome. Let me see here. So Swami was talking about this video. Let's see if I can find it here because I had something pulled up. Let me see what Microsoft has on here. Give me a second. This one, the thing from the Fox. Well, I don't want to use the Fox News channel because I think it may give me a block possibly. Who are we? Coca-Cola. That's a different one there. I wonder. Let me try to type it this way. I was on Facebook pulling this up. I probably get banned or whatever it is they do now.
Kick you off for.
Yeah, on Facebook is like people get blocked or banned for the weirdest things nowadays. Like I
Put
was
you in jail for a week or whatever.
God, I'm trying to find it with something that won't cause it to get blocked here. That's Newsweek's. I wonder if it's actually some videos. Trying to see if I see anything here. I just see people kind of reacting to it for the most part. Maybe I won't put the video. Let's see here. Oh, it's daily emotion, maybe. Well, if it does block, what I'll end up doing is going back and taking it out the video here. Let's see. That might be what I have to do. All right, let me see if I can get this thing here after the Menards commercial. Fucking Menards. Let's see. All right, so you can pull it up. Swami said, "Don't put the video." Swami, he's been in Facebook jail for a month.
Oh, jeez.
So you think it might get screened if I pull it up? Okay, well I won't pull it up then. I don't have any sour ales tonight, Chad. Are you asking just in general, like different sour ales to actually like, or what? There,
I was actually going to drink one tonight.
Don't think you'll find a video. Well, I found a video in some spots and everything, but I just don't know if it'll block it. I just want to check in. Love you all. You good night. You too, brother. Take care of your mom there, my friend.
Catch up have a good one, Alan. Take care of business.
Just read the article. I'll read the article and stuff. Yeah. Yober said just got out of Facebook jail yesterday. So, all right. Well, I won't pull it up, but if people want to look for it, they can see it there. There's some spots out there, but I've never been. I guess I'm not radical enough because I've never been able to get in Facebook jail. I've posted stuff that have definitely been I've had people say stuff or try to complain and stuff, but it's kind of like I've never been put in Facebook jail.
Yeah, I haven't either. Knock on wood, I guess.
So I guess I don't piss on the right people there, make them pissed off. It's kind of like, what do you got to do around here? trying to get my street cred. I can't get to Facebook jail. I can't get my street cred.
What do I got to do to get thrown out? Come on. You ruined my rep, man.
I thought there was an old movie that Nick Cage did. I think it was Bring Out the Dead or whatever, but he was like an ambulance driver. And he was supposed to get fired from his job. And the guy's like, I can't fire you today. I need you. We're down workers. I need you for like 2 or 3 more shifts. And Nick Cage, you swore you would fire me today. He's like, I can't do it. I can't do it. It was like an old movie with him and Ving Rhames and some other pretty good actors in there. It was pretty good. It's kind of like one of those dark type flicks. So the other beer news story I had was up in Maine, brewer created cannabis infused beer. So Innovative Liquid Solutions uses Shipyard's name because they kind of got together with Shipyard, and they're doing the brewing and bottling of the beverage using kind of beer ingredients, but it's infused with THC. So I think the THC was like at a 5% or something level what it was, but it's a different type of feel versus your beer, how it hits you. The THC kind of settles in almost like an edible type thing, so you would get that delayed response to it as well. But up in Maine, if you're in Maine where now you can get weed drinks, I guess, check out Liquid Solutions. And, hopefully that is something down the line as more states are legalizing here in the States that you can get some of those type beverages because, you can't, it's not beer, even though it can say like a THC beer. It's not beer because you can't put the beer and the marijuana together based or THC together based on our laws and stuff, but it's definitely a different type of feel. I'll say the next evolution. Gilbert said rookies. Yeah, I don't know. I just haven't been able to get into Facebook. I got a lot of friends that are in Facebook jail, so yeah.
Hey, I know people get in Facebook jail all the time.
Well, Swami got put in jail one time for a comment. He replied back on one of my pieces. I didn't even know it, but it was like somebody complained or something, I guess, and he was in jail from it. I'm like, what did you say? He told me what he said. I'm like, that doesn't seem like it's jail worthy. I mean, but
I guess it depends on what day it is and how pissed off you make somebody feel, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like YouTube, right? So YouTube is kind of weird. Like the channel here is monetized, but they'll send you things like, oh, we decided your channel wasn't worthy of monetization or whatever, so we're doing limited because of the content. And it's like you have to email them for an actual person to actually pick up and watch the video, and they'll do it, and they'll be like, oh, okay, no, you're fine, we'll go ahead and monetize you and stuff like that. But then sometimes they want to pick it up, they're like, oh no, it was correct, you shouldn't be monetized. And I'm like, it's the same video as it was last week. We do these like every Thursday. Like there's nothing really
what's different
about it. It's like, and I feel like there's some guy that's like got his whatever crusade he's on, like, oh no, that's just bad, we don't want people seeing that, blah blah blah. And other people are like, oh, that's pretty cool, that's fine, go ahead, you're good. It's like there's no bound. I even replied to them about that, and they're like, well, if you want to look here in the guidelines, that's how it goes. Like, no, you're missing the point. I know where the guidelines are, but your people don't even agree on the guidelines.
right, yeah, that's what I mean. It's like whoever the individual is that puts you in jail
that day. The shows are about the same and they're doing the same thing, but one person says it's okay and one person says it's not, and of course they don't reply to that.
Get somebody that's just a little bit more sensitive and like, yeah, he's going to jail.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit. Whatever. That's cool. I like that video. He's good to go.
Yeah.
Same video. Like, what do you mean?
It's like, what are you guys doing over there? Do you mean communicate? I feel like we have part here in the U.S. and another part like over in India or something like that, and it's just like their rules are different than the rules over here or something.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. You get flagged and you get warnings to Facebook jails you. Yeah. I didn't even get flagged. Like sometimes what I would get is I couldn't post to like my own page on some stuff. It's like your post has been something. But it's like, what are you talking about? It's like, it's my page I'm trying to post to, whether it's my beer page or my comedy page or whatever page it may be. And it's like, how am I blocked from posting to my own page? And it's just like, then you find out someone that complained about one of your other comments or a response to something before. And it's like, seriously? That has nothing to do with this.
That makes no sense.
I guess that's one of the key words that.
Yeah.
Was that in the Coca-Cola video as well? Yeah, go figure, right? It's just, I don't know. It's just the algorithm and then the people there, I guess, depends. But I don't know. There's some interesting things in how people interpret and understand different things versus how other people understand things. So people kind of put their own spin on stuff, I guess, and that causes people to get blocked. But I don't know. That's the problem with social media as well. Sometimes interpretation.
Yeah. Who knows? I mean, what you can and can't do.
Yeah.
It's ever evolving for sure.
Or devolving at points.
Yeah.
Yeah. But did you open another beer at all, or?
I haven't yet, but I was thinking about it. I didn't know how much longer we were going to go.
I mean, I'm still drinking this one. If you want another one, you can. If not, don't let me peer pressure you. Don't let me peer pressure you now.
Twist my arm.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm rinse this one out and I'm going to grab one. I can still hear you, so.
Okay. Yeah, so I think that last one was the last kind of beer news. Kind of a slow bit of beer news this week, so nothing really too much there. Fun to think. So I just uploaded the one video a couple of days ago for the Sam Adams Barrel Aged Double Bock. Oh my God, that was such a fantastic beer. Unfortunately,
I was gonna say, how was that one?
I think it was good. It was really good. I think it's only available through the Cincinnati brewery. I'm not totally sure, but that's who reached out to contact me about that one. And I had that with the Maker's Mark balls that were made by one of our local bakeries. Oh, fantastic pairing. The way you had the saltiness of the balls and the chocolate together with that double bock. It was like good night, Irene. So very tasty. That's a fun thing about pairing some of the beers and foods. I always recommend you guys trying some of that stuff. You know, if you got a good beer, you kind of think of what food it might go with. Try pairing it up. It can really enhance the flavors of doing it together as well. What beer did you get?
I'm going to go on a little bit lighter side on this one. The old Sunlight Cream Ale.
Oh, Sun King.
Sun King.
I haven't had any of their beers for a bit of time. I need to pick them up again at some point. They team up with Rheingeist once in a while.
Yeah. They do some pretty good stuff, and they're one of those breweries that you really need to go to the brewery to get their good stuff.
Yeah.
Which you get a lot of times with some of the breweries, but even some of the big breweries that distribute a lot, like even the ones they put, Rheingeist, I guess, for instance, you go there and you might get their mainstay stuff, and you get some of the off stuff too, but it's sometimes not any better than what you can get in the store. But Sun King is one of the ones that you're like, this is the stuff you should be canning and sending out, not the other stuff that you're doing.
Not the other stuff you're doing.
Because I feel like that could hurt them. Like not to say anything that they're putting out is bad, because I think Sun King does some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Good quality stuff that you just go and find off the shelf or whatever. Like for a cream ale, this one's a good cream ale, I think. But going to the brewery, I think that could keep people from going there, because you're like, you're just getting some okay stuff. I don't know if they're all that good, but go to the brewery and get. If you're in Indianapolis, go to Sun King and go to the brewery, because you will be floored that their stuff is. You're like, holy shit, this stuff is really good.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like going back to the Sam Adams Double Bock I had. It's like it was so it's like, why don't you have more? Like, the Sam Adams for me overall have been not as great. I mean, it's still good on the beers they put out, but they're not as great as some of the other stuff. But then you go to the brewery, you have these other different things that happen. And it's like, I would love to see this package, things along this lines. But obviously, they're doing those kind of in different type of smaller batches to make them special type stuff. But it's just like, if you don't go to a brewery, you miss out on some of the better beers a brewery's actually making. And it's the same. Yeah. And I say them, but it's the same if I go to Urban Artifact, or if I go to Mad Tree, if I go to Ryan guys, if I go to these other breweries I have around my area, street side, the stuff they have on tap blows away some of the stuff they put in their cans. It's just you have to be there to actually get it.
Right. And that's like, I would say last year, but not last year because of COVID. They didn't have it. But Tailspin in Louisville, which is, I think, been named one of the top 10 or 15 beer fests in the country.
Yeah.
It's in Louisville at an airport, well, a small airport hangar. And Sun King there, in my opinion, like 2 years ago, was one of the best, some of the best beers they had on tap in the whole thing.
Yeah.
But going into it, you know, you hear some of the bigger names, you're like, oh, I can't wait to get some of this stuff. And you're like, Sun King, okay, whatever, I'll try some of them. And you're like, oh, shit, this that.
Right?
Where's this stuff at all the time? I want to get this stuff. It's just kind of like at the brewery, you know. So I guess they just bring there a couple barrels for the beer fest or whatever, and it's like, okay, yeah, this is good.
Yeah. It's like, you've been holding back on me.
yeah. It's like, all right.
Yeah.
So if you know, I don't know, maybe put some of those out every now and again as a specialty. I don't know. I'm just, throwing it out there. Sun King, if you're listening, put your good shit out.
Yeah, unfortunately, we would have been going to Beer Fest if it would have been happening.
Man, I know. Yeah. Well, I just saw about a week ago. So the local liquor store that I usually frequent all the time, he does festivals in the summertime, which is the one that we've been trying to get you to come down sometime in the summer. It's right there on the riverfront. But I just saw he's postponing it. Not canceling it yet, but he's postponing it to the fall at some point.
Okay.
So maybe if things are a lot better by then and you feel comfortable getting out, maybe you guys can come down for that. Yeah, there's no date set yet, and it's just kind of up in the air. So it still could get canceled, but.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, for us, we've already got our first vaccine shot set up.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, and so if we do it at the end of March, I'm hoping it's Johnson & Johnson, so it's just a one shot and you're done. But if it's the other one, then we're done by mid-April. So.
Oh, nice. All
which
right.
would be out of the way. And then after that, I could see they mentioned tonight, like, yeah, once we get those done and maybe get to go out and do some other stuff there again to see. But
yeah.
Because it'll still be kind of weird. You're still supposed to wear your mask and stuff like that. And
well, yeah, I mean, it's not going to keep you from getting it, but it's supposed to lessen the blow of it if you do happen to contract it or whatever. Well, kind of like the flu, I guess. Supposed to,
Well, apparently you get the vaccine, but you could still possibly pass it or something if somebody doesn't have the vaccine, I guess. Too.
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
Yeah, so. But
I also just found out today at work that, I guess, working in the banking industry, that we are considered essential, and I can get it maybe somehow. But I have to look into it.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Yeah.
So I don't know if that's true or not. But the girl here talking about it, she's only like 18 or 19. Said she's got her first appointment next week, and my boss was like, "How are you getting that? Because you're not old enough to get it yet." And she was like, "Oh, well, we're in the banking. He's considered us essential. So being an essential worker, I can go get it." And I'm like, "Oh shit, maybe I should look into that then."
Yeah. Like, you little Gen Z or whatever you are.
Yeah. No kidding.
I don't even know what generation that is now. So
XYZ, I don't know either. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. So we got that set up. It's the only thing we got to get up like butt crack in the morning to go get it done. But it's like I didn't during the course of the day, like in the middle of work, have to get up and leave and then get thrown off. So it's like we're doing like a 7 in the morning. But hopefully we're all set. I'm hoping that we get it before then. Like I'm hoping Walgreens comes through, which is next to us, and then we can just be like, "Hey, go over there and get it."
That'd be nice.
Yeah, but if not,
we got a few sites here local that's doing them pretty close to our house, but got to be in that tier to go get it. So
yeah. Well, Indiana, what tier are you guys in right now?
I'm not sure, but I know
a
week or two ago they just passed where 50 and over.
Okay, that's what Ohio.
I'm close. Yeah. I'm right there on the border.
Yeah, Ohio today was 50 and over. Kentucky was, I think we're like 1C or whatever because I have I developed asthma when I moved out here. I'm able to get that then. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nice. I think wasn't it Johnson that Biden was just trying to say he was going to get multiple, or the
Yeah, like 3.
however many millions is going to spend on Johnson or something. Yeah, and that is the one shot one, right?
Yeah, that's the one shot one. Yeah, and for people that didn't do their, if people are expecting to get the stimulus, they actually may have their first stimulus showing up this weekend.
That's what Shannon was saying. She's
yeah.
like, "Oh, you might get it this weekend." I'm like, "Oh."
The cool thing is, if you didn't file your taxes and you're a procrastinator, like I am as well, so
I haven't done them yet.
You're still going off your 2019. So if you made more in 2020, wait till you get the stimulus before you file, if you're supposed to get it, because if you're over that level, it can cap you out and take out a little bit more.
Ah.
So, but it goes like
I think even though I got fired or let go of my job because of COVID or whatever, and I drew the unemployment plus the $600, I actually made more last year than I did the year before.
Yeah.
So maybe I should wait just a little bit.
So if you wait until it comes through, they're going to use the 2019 if you don't have your 2020 taxes on file.
All right.
So for people that are, if you're looking to get that check, that's the way you can do it. And
but a lady at work also said that in that package they pass that they're supposed to give you a break or not even count anybody that was drawing the stimulus package on your taxes this year.
Oh, really? Well, I know there's something on it.
Anything about that?
No, I didn't hear anything about that. I know you were supposed to mark something on if you got it or not with your taxes this year, but they might be doing that. I know last year, if you took money out of your retirement plan, you don't have to worry about the 10% penalty. That stuff got waived because of COVID.
Oh, okay. But she was saying, like, yeah, so if you were off for, drew for 10 weeks or whatever and had taxes taken out, supposedly they're supposed to waive that. I guess you don't have to claim it on your taxes. And if you already filed your taxes, then you can do a resubmittal or whatever, and get it, I forget what you call it. What do you call that when you go back and do
you do the
an amendment to it or whatever, yeah, and get your money back for it if you've already done it beforehand, before they pass this bill. So I don't know if that's true. I haven't heard that, but that's what she was telling me at work today. She's like, "You filed your taxes?" I was like, "No." She goes, "We might want to wait because supposedly they're supposed to waive all the stuff from your unemployment from last year."
Would you tell me? I might have confused financial advisors I'll be dealing with the next couple of weeks. Like, hey, how do I get this other part for your company I need?
Yeah.
Hey, congrats to you, Chester. You got his second. Well, he's getting his second on April 4th, so he's already about to get phased out there. So that'll be the Monday after the 4th. That's not Sunday of Good Friday weekend, right? Yeah, because the second is a Friday.
Yeah. So Shannon's had both of hers now, and my mom's had both of hers, and my aunt's gotten both of hers.
Nice.
And now my brother's eligible too, since it's 50 and over within the last week. So I don't know if he's actually tried to set up a schedule or an appointment or anything for it or not yet. But
yeah, I just want to get it done and get it behind and move forward from that point for sure. Oh, the 5th. Okay, so you get it that Monday. Okay, I was going to think the 4th was a Sunday, which we have people here that are getting on the weekends. I know one of the guys I work with, he's getting his on a Saturday, but if it's like a Walgreens, something like that, like a drugstore, they be doing Sundays as well. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm kind of waiting to see what happens with all the Texas stuff and some of the other states. Like, I don't think we're much about Mississippi, but more Texas, of how, because Texas is kind of like a spring break destination for some parts around the country down there.
Yeah.
Going 100% on everything and see if there's like a surge in a couple of weeks or not. But
well, in Florida too.
Yeah, Florida as well. Is Florida 100% everything now though?
No, I don't know.
I don't know if he
yeah. I'm not sure that they would stop anybody because spring
Probably
break,
not.
like they're just gonna probably let them. And then plus you get a bunch of kids that are out there anyway, so it's it'll be interesting to see on that.
Yeah, it was one of the colleges on the West Coast. Like they were going to pay kids a $75 grant if they didn't go anywhere for spring break. Like, stay here, we'll give you $75. Like, really? Like 75 and 20?
Yeah, really.
Much money.
You better cough up a little more than that.
Yeah. And so many kids,
$5.
so many kids are like, "Well, it's better than nothing," And I'm like, "Oh, you guys definitely don't party then."
$75 don't even fill up your gas tank for 2 weeks, let alone.
Oh, you guys must be the good kids. Your parents must be proud. I remember back.
Of course, I guess if he wasn't going anywhere anyway, then it's just a free $75. But
yeah, I remember back in college. I don't know when you were in college, did you have like the Ceretex and stuff where you would donate plasma? Did they have those on your campus? Like you donated plasma, they give you like $15 or $20 every time you did it or something.
Yeah, but I don't think it was. I feel like it was just kind of a once a month or once every so often deal.
You could only go like maybe I think at the most maybe twice a week or once every 2 weeks, twice every 2 weeks. It was something where they did limit you, but that was always a place college kids would go to get beer money and stuff, which was hilarious.
Yeah, but I don't think we didn't have it like every. Well, you can go anytime at any point in time during the week. It was like once a month type deal or something. I do remember that they had like a mobile unit set up or something. You can go and do it.
Yeah, we had a building there at WU, so you go like whenever, but you were limited. It might have been like twice a week. Like if you went on Monday, you couldn't go again to like Thursday or Friday or something. Or like, and it'd be like a certain number of days in between when you donate a plasma. But kids would rack up beer money there, which was great because back then, like I said, we had the $5 drink and drown. We talked about before the quarter draft night. So $15 for just an hour and a half sitting there taking plasma or whatever.
Like, yeah, we're partying tonight. Drinks on me.
And if you were drinking that night, you were a little bit lightheaded, you were good to go.
Well, yeah, even on top of it, you get the benefits because you're like, oh shit, this is hitting me harder than I get money and I'm getting drunk faster. It's a win-win. Why not?
Oh, the good old college.
Sign me up next Friday. I'll be in again.
I'll be back again.
Book me every Friday from here on out.
Yeah.
Or Thursday night or Thursday, I guess.
I'll see you at the bar after my regular stop. Yeah.
Yeah. Go get some beer money first, and then I'll meet you.
Yeah. Let me see. 20 for blood. Tap me 4 times a week. Not even for blood. It was for plasma, right? So the way they do the plasma, they would go ahead and take the blood with the plasma in it, and they spin it around in whatever machine, and they put the blood back into you. So you got the blood back. They just took the plasma out of the blood. And you just basically sat there like a squeeze ball. You would squeeze for like an hour and a half or something. And it was like, here's your check or whatever. You walk across the street to the bank and be like, I'd like to cash it.
What if right next door they just had like a table with a keg sitting there? As you walk out the door, you just walk next door and just hand them your check, and you just get a whole growler.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the college life back then. Where can I get $20 for tonight? Oh, I know where. You run right over there.
Yeah, go get some plasma.
And it'd be like $1 dogs or something, right? So it was cheap for the food and the beer.
So do you have nights like certain nights you'd go out and be like quarter beer night or 50-cent beer night or something?
Yeah, I mean, like I tell people, like when we went, I came there the year I went when I first as a freshman was 87, and we were like top party school in the country at that time. Like that year, I think a couple next years, we were always like a top 5 or whatever, but that year we were number 1. And you would have like Wednesday night was like 25-cent draft. There's one bar called the Dungeon because it was in the basement. It was like 25 cents at the Dungeon. And then another night it'd be a $5 drink and drown at Eric's, which Eric's was another bar. And then another night it was just they'd all have specials through. And that's like I always tell people like West Virginia. The thing is like it was one of the schools. I mean, you had to do decent on your SATs and all that kind of stuff for GMAT. It was not as hard to get into, but it was very, very easy to fail out because there was so much that would take place. Like my freshman year, one of the guys I knew that was on our floor, he had a .75 GPA after his first semester. And he was just like
0.75.
.75. Like I'm like, are you even going to classes? You know?
You're right. Like I think you get higher than that if you just sign your name. You missed your name a couple times, right?
And I knew kids. I mean, I knew kids that failed out after like that first semester. Like they failed out, or they had to go to the junior college or like that and try to work their way back. I mean, because you would party so much, and you could see the kids that didn't drink when they were like in high school. Like you would easily pick them out of parties because they would be the ones that would be totally over the wall. Like you would just see them get way too hammered. Like you don't know your limits yet. Like, this is not gonna be for you. Yeah, but yeah, you'd have people down there like 1.2 for their first semester, 1.25 or 1, and it's just like, you know, they go in there like that first week of class, and it's like, I think I'm gonna drop this class. Like they've been so hammered. Like you're only a week in and you're ready to drop a class. Like,
Right? Yeah.
it's like I know where it's going. I'm gonna go in and call it quits right now, and I'll come back later and try it.
I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead.
Yeah.
Behind, I guess. Not too far behind, but
Yeah, but it was, and then like the year before I got there, though, the drinking age was 18, which sucked because when I got there, it went to 21. But this one was 18, like in the dormitories. Like we had like 4 dormitories that were on one of our campuses, and you had like 9 floors in each dormitory, and the corners of the dormitories they would have like kegs. So you like walk out of your dorm room and there's a keg there because everybody was 18, so they would just keep getting kegs on the floors.
oh wow.
Yeah, so it was like, of course, when I come there, it goes to 21, and that's not happening anymore. But they were just talking about how it used to be crazy like that. So
That is crazy.
yeah, we used to party like we'd have a great time. It's funny, I was actually in the same dormitory with like Major Harris and a lot of the ball players I became friends
Oh
with.
really?
Stuff there, yeah. So we partied down there with them, and I can remember like one time we had a fire drill. And my RA came down, like they're trying to clear floors, like RAs do, that kind of stuff. And I was in the TV lounge with Major and them, and they're like, "Hey, it's a fire drill, you gotta leave." And they're like, "Fuck you, get out of here!" Blah blah. They're like,
I don't know where. You know how I am.
the football team.
Like, I'm with these guys. I ain't going nowhere either.
And I'm like, "Aren't you supposed to listen to what he says? He's RA, you know?" But no, they were all cool cats and everything and stuff. And we used to go to football parties and stuff with them. I had one of my buddies come with me. His name was Fred. He was from Maryland. And this one time we were at one of the parties, and you heard him yell from the kitchen, like he called my name, like what is going on? And the offensive line had been messing with him in the kitchen because he was like a short guy, and so we had like one of our guys was John Ray. He ended up going to play for the Redskins after he left WVU, and then we had Mike Compton who went to the Patriots, who was one of the Patriots linemen, and so they basically smacked his beer out of his hand and said, "You're too young to drink." You know, and he swear he almost peed his pants there in the kitchen. And it's like, dude, what are y'all? It's like, oh, we're just messing with it. They grab him, they put him under his arm, they give him a little noogie or whatever.
Jeez.
But no, it was all fun and stuff. But yeah, we used to drink all the freaking time. It was just, it was WVU. It was kind of like it was drinking and it was going to school. You know, that's what it was.
Now, did Major Harris win the Heisman, or was he just a candidate for the Heisman?
No, he was a candidate. He finished
like 3rd or something
that year. Yeah, but yeah, I was there when we went to the title game against Notre Dame, and we ended up losing that. But he got injured like 3rd play of the game. But
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, but
I knew he was up. I knew he was up for the Heisman, but I couldn't remember if he won it that year.
Yeah. Like some people debate still, like was it like people will say like Pat White, like best quarterback they had there. Like, like Pat White was good because everybody said Pat White won 4 of the bowl games, the first quarterback that won 4 of the bowl games. But it's kind of it was a different era too. Like Major, like I've seen Major like almost like walk on air like Barry Sanders on some of the moves he would put on people.
Right.
You know, before Pat White, Major was already doing this kind of stuff. Like,
yeah, I was going to ask you. I was like, who was the other quarterback they had not too long after him? But yeah, Pat White. That's who it was. Yeah. I remember him too. He was good.
Let me see. They used to have on YouTube.
Who else? Wasn't didn't you guys have a really good running back that played behind when Harris was there?
We had A.B. Brown who went to the Jets. We had, I think Zaraway came later who went to the Steelers.
That might be who I'm thinking of.
Usually Napoleon, he was good, but I don't think he didn't get picked up by anybody. We had Adrian Morrell was there when I was there. He went to the Cardinals. We probably think about him, the Wine Punch. He was
I don't
there.
know.
He
For
came.
some reason, I was
year or two
thinking
after Major.
Major Harrison, and you guys had a really good running back too that with
Yeah.
him. Because good.
He was like I think he was a 3rd round draft pick by the Jets.
It might have been. Did you run a lot of option when Harris was there?
Yeah, they ran a lot of
Okay.
options. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. It was like, yeah, the running back I remembered. Can't remember what his name was, but was thinking he was pretty good.
Let me see here. So I can pull up. There used to be some good video in here. Yeah, here we go. Bear with me. Hopefully there's no commercials. I'm so old. I remember when YouTube didn't have ads.
Yeah, no kidding.
Let me see. So this is like Major back when I was in school with him. Share screen. Oops, shit, let me go back. Gotta put the audio. So this is Major from back in the day. Let me pull it up here if I can. It's got the old VHS sound. That's how old this is. You got VHS sound.
Look at that.
He's a special kind of person that only comes around once in a lifetime. And I think he's probably the best athlete I've ever been around.
He looks like a running back.
He understands the scope of what we're trying to do. He's able to stay within that structure to get the job done. I think Major's probably one person I've ever been around and I've ever played against that single-handedly told football.
Why do all the white dudes have jacked up teeth? They're missing teeth.
When you see some of the things that he does, some of the moves he puts some of the guys, I'd say, yeah, all right, I don't put up against and make myself look cool.
Well, Major Harris is a very unique football player. Actually, he's one of a kind because of the fact that when you talk physical talent, he can run, he can throw. I think the biggest asset that Major Harris has is his ability to see the entire field. I've never seen a guy scramble from so many people and still find somebody open. He's a magnificent scrambler, and yet he owns a cannon for an arm.
up with an interception, maybe get off the ball on the 20-yard line. You figure about 1 or 2 plays, there's going to be at least 6 points because you got Major there. I think he's just leader on and off the field. He's just set up attention no matter what it is. Whether it be the locker room telling jokes or just easing everybody up or being nervous for a game.
Major was the man back in the day. He was killing it out there. So,
Oh yeah.
some of the stuff that I saw him do, like that's why I was like, as good as Pat White was, it was like I've seen some Major do some stuff in games. It's as good if not better. I mean,
Right.
Pat did too. Pat was a good player. I mean, the thing is how the time has shifted. If Major would have been doing that in the late 90s, 2000s, he would have been an NFL quarterback. But they weren't looking at his way like an 88,
Right. Wasn't
Yeah.
wasn't a scrambling type quarterbacks like
Yeah.
it is now.
Yeah, you look at what stuff like Russell Wilson and them do. I mean, Major could have easily fit into the NFL had it been a different time. And he was
When
actually
he was
by the Raiders, but I think where he messed up, he left a year too early because the Raiders still would have make him like a running back or something like that and everything. And he wanted to be a quarterback. And he let people get in his head, like his family and stuff, that caused him to leave early. He just couldn't make it play. But remember when Randall L came out, he came out
that's what I was
as
going to say. Yeah.
quarterback, but he went to a receiver type role. Yeah.
Yeah. Major Harris looked like a running back. Like in those videos, like he was, he wasn't big,
yeah.
but I mean, he was stockier than you would think as a quarterback would be.
He was almost kind of like a Jalen Hurts type mold, I think you could say. So yeah, but he had a rocket for an arm. Yeah, he lost our international basketball championship to his team. My freshman year, it was like we got to the championship game. We were against Major and them, and they were just like dunking on people. It's like, this ain't cool. Like, can we run it 4 corners? Because we give them back, they're going to beat us. What's up, Ruben? Cheers, my friend. Bro, love beer. We love beers here too. And got such legends. I don't know about that. We try, but
in our own minds.
Oh, how many Thursdays have we lost? Yeah, what's up, Michael? Look, soccer. Yeah, it was the original
ball.
Very Vic-like in his play that he had back in the day. I love the 80s flat tops, bring them back, son. Yeah. Love the VHS quality of that video too, right?
And they didn't think of the thing back then was the guys they picked for that video didn't give West Virginia, the state, a good name because like all the white linemen they picked, all their teeth are jacked up. Did you notice that? Like they're all like big old gaps. And they're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Did you get those guys they were out there coal mining, play football? I don't know what was going on there.
Did we not tell you we were shooting a video today?
Right. Put your spacer. You got your spacer. What happened to your spacer?
Yeah, but like I said, like 88 on the video was Reggie Ramber, who I was friends with there and caught up with him when he was up here for a while when he was playing for the Bengals and stuff. But yeah, it was a fun time back then. And like I said,
there were some good teams back then for West Virginia for sure. Yeah.
Well, it's like the first time we went to in 88, we went to the Snowball. I can't even talk right now. We went to the Sun Bowl which actually was the first time it snowed ever at the Sun Bowl. And we're like, oh, that's just West Virginia luck. You go to a Sun Bowl in Texas and it snows. Like, that never happens. And we had to go against Oklahoma State. And guess who their running backs were?
Barry Sanders.
That's one of them.
And who else did they have? Dang it. Thurman Thomas?
Thurman Thomas, yes.
Yeah.
So you're trying to tackle these two guys in the snow.
I mean,
when it snows, it favors runners. We all know that from playing football, right? So
how dynamic is that to have those two guys in the back on your team at the same time?
Well, the funny thing is, back then, it was like Barry Sanders was number 2. Remember, he was a kick returner.
Right,
so
yeah.
Teams had to basically work his way in because they had Thurman Thomas in the backfield. But, yeah, so we ended up, like, losing that game. Like, it was like 33-32 or so. It was really a weird game, but Major and them were holding their own on offense. It's just, they outscored by a point or two. But it was just so funny. Like, they were talking to the announcers, like, this is the first time ever it snowed in the Sun Bowl. And it's like, well, yeah, West Virginia's here, so shit's going to go weird.
Of course.
Get used to it.
And then Thurman Thomas goes on to go into 4 Super Bowls, and Barry Sanders didn't do anything. I mean, he had a great rushing career, but his teams didn't do anything.
Well, he didn't do anything, but he ended up being considered a greater running back than Thurman Thomas.
Yeah, right. I mean,
all right, Gilbert. Cheers, brother. Gilbert said he got to hit the sack. Night, fools. Night, my friend. Always good having you in. And Michael said, handshake to you, to Gilbert as well. Also, I had one of the Victory Java Latte cold brew milk stout. I have not had that one, Chad. I haven't had a Victory in a while. Paul's still here. Paul's in PA. He gets a lot of the Victory stuff as well. But I haven't seen that one. I would definitely give it a go because I'm all about the Java.
I haven't seen that one either.
Yeah, I was going to do a birthday stream on Tuesday when it was my birthday, and I was like, I had too much other stuff going on. But I actually have the Rogue Anniversary Rolling Thunder, so I might do a review on that this weekend.
There you go.
Yeah. I need to crack open my Bourbon Counties at some point, too. Get those out of the way.
Shit, I still got a lot of them from last year's.
Yeah.
That haven't been cracked open yet.
And I got one more Hot Butcher I need to review, but I want to start releasing the Hot Butcher videos. I haven't done that in a while yet either. And I got a couple others. Man, it's just so much stuff I got out here. And then I want to do some other beer pieces if I can. I was going to do one on platform, but since they're back open, I'm probably going to skip over that. But that one I did on Burner was kind of interesting. And it was kind of cool just getting I like doing those like investigative type videos, so to speak.
Yeah, definitely good information on those for sure.
Yeah. But I think outside of that, it's what time is it? 11:18. Probably just going to shut it down for tonight since we both got to get up and work in the morning, and some other people watching probably got to get up and work at some point. Although Michael, he's out in California, so he's like, hey, it's only like 8:18.
Yeah, it's like, where are you going so early? Gotta get up and do that adult thing tomorrow, I guess.
But if y'all haven't checked out Mike,
sucks.
check out Western Beer. Oh, what did you think about Dak Prescott's deal?
Oh, that was crazy. Especially when he's injured. Like, he's coming off an injured year. Like, why would you give him? You don't know. I mean, he might be good, but he might not be good anymore.
Well, you think they would have learned after Tony Romo about, like, giving a lot of money for the quarterbacks that get hurt too easy, but not Jerry Jones.
Now,
like, grab me another check from the checkbook. I'll write it.
I mean, I would just like to know what it feels like to have that much money to just be like, oh, hey, okay, how many zeros you want? Yeah, let's just throw an extra one on it just in case. Just for good sake.
Somebody get Elon Musk on line, right? Yeah. It would have been interesting, though, if they would have got Russell Wilson if he would have went to the Cowboys. Because that was one team.
I'm curious to see what's going to happen with him. Like, he's said he's not going to play for Seattle, so.
Yeah, he said, like, the Cowboys, and there were 3 other teams I think he mentioned, but that would have been interesting to see.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could have thrown the money at him and been like, Sorry, Dak, you're out.
I just wonder why he doesn't want to play for Seattle anymore. Is it just because of they're not getting the talent in around him, or
I think that's the case. I think he feels like they're not drafting or even going out for free agency hard enough to, surround him with enough guys.
Maybe he got tired of Pete Carroll too. That Pete Carroll could have worn him down.
That could be.
Yeah,
could be. I think was it. He only wanted to go to. No, that was Watson. I think wanted to go to like Denver and
Watson was limited.
He's going somebody.
Yeah, Arizona. You know about JJ Watts?
No. Watson, the quarterback.
Oh, Deshaun. Okay, yeah.
Deshaun, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he wants to leave too.
Yeah. Chad says limited release on the Victory Latte. Well, if I happen to see that out there, Crazy for you says, yeah. Chad says, the Jungle Gyms have a lot of beer cheeses. They have a lot of cheese, period.
Jungle Gyms has a lot of whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, whatever cheese you wanted to go with, but beer can be one of them for sure. What's up, King? Cheers, my friend. Good to see you. Haven't seen a bit. I know you've been gaming some as well. So King Boo, I don't know if you guys are following King Boo, but he actually does some gaming on I think it's PS4 as well on his channel. Which if you get any games that I got, we need to connect and try to play or something. But yeah, outside of that, I'm going to wrap this baby down and get all signed off here and look forward to catching up with you guys soon. Todd, anything last thing you want to say?
No. Appreciate everybody chiming in tonight, as always. Have a good weekend and drink lots of beer.
No doubt. And remember, turn your clocks forward 2 a.m. Sunday night.
Lose an hour of sleep.
2 a.m. Eastern. So
yeah.
So I wonder how that does affect them out in California. You gotta wait till 2 o'clock there. They won't get kicked out of the bar or anything. So yeah.
Yeah. I think it's 2 o'clock a.m. everywhere, regardless.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll catch up with you later. Have a good one. Cheers, everybody. Make it a great Friday.